Mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
Alright, so now this is all you. This is all you just tinkering with this, turning up the gain, anything like that.
Right.
What we're gonna check. Yeah, I think it was just like a fluke for the first time ever. You know what I mean? Since it was the first time we ever did it, I feel like that's why.
Where you want me at?
Wherever.
Hey, also, when you outside, it's actually working. So, no, right, I'm back a little bit. Just call me if you have any trouble, but I gotta go to my house.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Can I still get it for free if I just tell them I'm?
Mic check.
Can I still get in the game for free if I just tell them I'm?
Should be able to.
Mic check.
I got you.
Hey, you want to be over here since you're running that, and I'll.
She's
Or who's
she's running that.
Okay. Okay.
Tanner's running it.
Might be working it.
Testing.
I've got you. You got me?
I got it.
Right on.
Try to get this over here so we can put it on there.
You say you got our rosters?
Mm-hmm.
So what? Oh, makes you appreciate our place, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Hello.
Let's see if I can grab the boys' rosters.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Looks like we got some time.
Let's face it, the internet has become part of our day-to-day life. You find your news there.
Hey, good. How you doing? Hey, you need to come up here and get on there.
Hey, you and Jeff in it too.
I'll start telling stories. I bet I got an extra.
Are you going to be doing any talking?
Yeah, I mean,
Want to go when they hit the court?
That's fine with me.
I mean, we're live anyway.
Huh?
We're on now anyway.
Oh, we are?
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, all right.
This whole new YouTube thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, up and coming, advancing the technology a little bit.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Brian. Bring us on in.
Well, welcome everybody to Prairie Grove High School, where the Farmington Lady Cardinals are taking the court. I'm Brian Dean, alongside tag team partner Jeff Oxford, set to tip off the 2017 season for real this time.
Oh, man. Hey, let me tell you something. It's always good, the first real game of the year. And then you throw on top of that, you get to go to Prairie Grove and play them.
Battle of Highway 62.
Nah, I don't care nothing about that Battle 62. What I'm talking about is the longest rival that we have at Farmington is the Prairie Grove Tigers. And anytime you get to start the season off by whipping the Tigers, it's a great day.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing like it.
I'm telling you, I heard this from a very reliable source. The Alabama-Auburn, that Iron Bowl, was actually modeled off the Farmington Prairie Grove deal.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm telling you, that's how big it is.
Now that didn't come out of the mouth of Randy Osmond, did it?
Well, hey, Randy, I can't remember which book it was, but you know he's written 3 or 4 books, and I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, yeah, I'm glad he's not here tonight.
he is in the building.
He is. I knew he would.
Have a mic.
I seen him come in. The security force was with him, and so
Right.
you always know Osnes is in town when they got the little posse around him. You know.
Right, Chad Parrish and Company.
Yep. That's right. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the Lady Cardinals. You know, this is a team that come off a semifinal, a berth in the state semifinals last year. They got beat in the semifinals, but it's a group that the core of that bunch has come back.
You're exactly right. I mean, you look down the lineup, you've got McKenna Van Zant, you got Madison Pence, you got Madison Parsley. You've got the basic core, minus KB. Kaylee Brown's off to Coffeyville. She started a great career up there. I was talking to Brad Johnson earlier, and he said that Kaylee Brown is just lighting it up there. But he's excited about this team. We've got Alexis Roach transferred in from Siloam Springs, now playing for us. And I'm going to tell you what, Jeff, if you haven't seen Roach play basketball, she'll get after it.
Well, let me tell you something. I was at the we had a benefit game.
Grab it.
Week before last, played Grab It. And you know me, I'm a Cardinal junkie,
Right?
and I love Cardinal basketball. And I walked out of that gym after the game, and I'm trying to think of the last time that I looked up at the scoreboard and saw 4 players in double figures, and the 5th one missed a free throw, or she would have been in it.
Right.
This is a team, we've had a lot of really good teams in Farmington. And in those clubs that we had then, there was always that one person or two players that you was going to count on that's going to go get you 18, 20, 22 points a game.
Right.
This bunch, you've got a choice of about 6 or 7 kids that can go out there and get you double figures.
Absolutely. I mean, we mentioned a couple of them earlier, Madison Pence. We mentioned McKenna Van Zant. Of course, we know the battle that she's been battling health-wise, but a lot of players have actually stepped up. Roach has stepped up. Joelle Tidwell has stepped up. We've got Cameron Jernigan. This team is really, really a deep bench, so to speak. Very young on top of that.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. You talk to anybody that ever I played ball with or ever see me play, they will tell you I love a shooter. But I'm going to tell you, I've reached a point in my life that I love the folks that are going to crash the boards, that physical style play. And right now, we're missing one player. I don't think she's dressed out tonight. I have Anthea Jones. Anthea Jones is that person. Started last year as a sophomore. She is that defensive specialist, that person that's going to get in there and bang on the boards.
Absolutely. You mentioned her. She is down with a bum high ankle sprain, I believe is what they actually – it's either a high ankle sprain or a foot. She is down on the bench, not dressed out. Tamia Harper is another one that's not dressed out. She goes back to the doctor, I believe she told me on December 19th. She's recovering from an ACL surgery. But nonetheless, we've got to fill that void of Anthea Jones. And the question is where does it come from?
Coach Jay, I tell you what, I give Coach McCall a hard time all the time about the junior high team.
Right.
I said, all you got to do is like roll the ball out there.
Absolutely.
And I said, matter of fact, you need to use some of your timeouts to help the other team. Because they run out of timeouts, you never have to call one.
Right.
Well, I can tell you something. After watching this bunch, and this is a group that I've watched come all the way through, Coach Jay has got to be excited about what he's seen. I can tell you in my conversations with him, you got the junior high girls and the senior high girls, a lot of times they practice against each other.
Yep.
And I can tell you, if any of y'all have got the opportunity to come watch the junior high girls team play, son, you need to go watch them. It's the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen.
Absolutely.
And then you get that bunch practicing against this bunch. And for those of y'all that didn't get to go down to the state tournament last year, when you get down and you start playing the likes of Hot Springs or a Little Rock, it's a whole different style of basketball.
Absolutely.
And it's an up and down, full speed. And when you look over there, it was such a joy last year when we get in there and we're playing Hot Springs. And I guarantee you there wasn't a person in that stadium, that arena, that wasn't associated with Farmington. But there wasn't a single person there that thought the Redbirds had a chance.
Right.
And about halfway through the third quarter, you could start seeing the fans of other teams. It's kind of like the old Rocky movie. Start cheering for the underdog.
Right.
Well, I'm telling you, what Coach Jay's going to have to fight now is they're not going to be able to sneak up on anybody now.
No, they're not. You're exactly right. And I tell you, in talking to Coach Jay earlier today, he was worried a little bit about the size of Prairie Grove. I mean, you look down their roster, 5'9", 5'9", 5'9", 5'7", 5'6", 5'6". They are not exactly small.
Well, let me tell you this. I had a coach my sophomore year in college and tell me this. We was getting ready to play a team that had a 7-footer and 2 6'11s. That's what they started at the 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
A 7-footer, 2 6'11s. Point guard was 6'1", then they had a 6'6" shooter. And the coach said, you know what? He said, let me tell you one thing that size cannot do. Size cannot beat you up and down the court.
You're exactly right.
And so watch Coach Jay's bunch here. Anytime you see them and you look out there and say, boys, now, that's the big old girls. I'm telling you, these girls know one speed, and that's full speed.
You're exactly right. And their motto this year, Farmington Fast. We saw that not only in the tip-off, but up against Gravett. That defense, not only does our offense play fast, but our defense reacts back fast, which makes it even a little more deadly than what just a normal, fast, offensive-paced team goes.
You will notice tonight you will see girls pull up on a fast break, shoot a three. You will see a team that will make that extra pass. The one thing that kind of struggled with during the in the benefit game was going against the press, and that's where McKenna, McKenna plays point. Cameron had to move back, which Cameron played that for a year.
Right.
So I mean, it's not like she's brand new, but you get McKenna back at the point. Now I got to tell you this. I look out there tonight and I see McKenna dressed out. Now, you know, from where we was 6 weeks ago with McKenna, that's nothing more than a miracle.
You're exactly right. I mean, who would have thought that?
Yeah. You know, what I'd heard is probably the best case scenario was sometime after Christmas, around time conference play starts. But I'm telling you right now, McKenna's looking like she's playing. And I tell you, if she's playing, I like our chances more.
Right, you're exactly right. And working at the high school, being able to see McKenna from day one when she walked back into the high school to today, when I saw her heading over to basketball practice, their little shoot-around before they came over here, it's night and day difference between what McKenna looked like on day one back to school to today. I've talked to her mom and her dad, Coach Jay, and one thing that we can say, other than the healing power, one thing about McKenna is she's physically fit.
Yeah.
She's gifted, and she was able to recover that much faster because of the way that she took care of her body before this even transpired.
I tell you what, that was, and we don't need to relive the whole thing. Everybody knows, you know, how tough a situation that was,
right.
And I can only imagine as a parent. But I can tell you what was so cool about that is every night I would get on Twitter, and I would see either on Twitter or Facebook a school from down south, a picture of their girls' basketball team holding up that 22 strong.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Not only just down south. I mean, it was down south. It was to the north of us. It was to the east, to the west. Jeff, I'm telling you, I even saw a post from somebody in Canada.
Yeah.
Holding up 22 strong in hopes and prayers for McKenna.
And you know, that's not only out of people's respect for McKenna, but that's the respect that Coach Johnson has brought to this. He just built on a program that was already well thought out through the state.
Right, absolutely.
Well, we're going to take a quick break while we sing the national anthem. You guys don't want to hear me singing, so we'll be back here in a minute.
You pay your bills there, you do some shopping there, and on the internet with PG Telco, you got a lot of things on your side. First of all, Zing Broadband, moving at the speed of light. And then there's the 110 years of experience you get with PG Telco and a 24-hour repair service guarantee that you may not find elsewhere. So be it your home or your business, PG Telco has you up to speed with Zing Broadband. Connect fast with us. Call 479-846-7200. 479-846-7200. PG Telco, moving at the speed of life.
Farmington Stampede is a proud supporter of Farmington schools and the Farmington community. We look forward to everyone joining the next Stampede.
Go Cards!
Looking for free checking that isn't free of extras? It's as easy as finding your nearest Arvest bank. Our free blue checking comes with lots of features, including free online and mobile banking, and the ability to deposit a check just by taking a picture of it with your smartphone. And since it's from Arvest, you'll have the freedom of more than 240 locations and 7-to-7 banking. You shouldn't have to pay for convenience. Switch to free blue checking from Arvest Bank.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I love the app.
I use it to deposit checks,
Snap the pictures, enter a few things.
and then you just deposit.
It's that easy?
It's that easy?
It's so easy to use, my dad can do it.
What's the most unusual place you've used the mobile app?
On top of a mountain in a snow cave in Vail, Colorado.
While I was waiting in the drive-thru.
The Deer Woods.
Church.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Farmington Schools is currently seeking both full-time and substitute bus drivers. If you or someone you know has their commercial driver's license or would like more information on getting theirs, please contact Transportation Director Jim Hendricks at 479-267-6023. That's 479-267-6023. Farmington Schools is a better way to drive.
Things are changing in kitchens everywhere.
Tony Sacheries.
People are.
And we are back, Cardinal fans. Jeff Oxford, Brian Dean in the house of the Prairie Grove Tigers, set to tip off the 2017-2018 Farmington Cardinal basketball. We start off with the ladies. Coach Jay and company set, ready to rock and roll. And Coach, it'll be interesting to find out what happens.
Well, I guarantee you, the best team don't always win this game. It's the same way as it's every rivalry game is this way. You can take and throw everything out. I've seen some times, especially on the boys' side, where we was so much better, and it was a dogfight. I've seen some times right over in the old gym, right here in Prairie Grove, where our senior high girls come over, and it was a dogfight.
Right.
I'm telling you, the year that the Lady Cardinals, the last time they went to the state championship game in 2012, I'm not too ashamed to admit this. We played Prairie Grove Tigers 5 times that year.
5 times.
5 times. Home and home.
Wow.
Home and home. Finals of a tournament, finals of regionals. We played them 4 times. 4 times. Prairie Grove beat us all 4 times.
That brings back, and I'm kind of dating myself as well. My sister-in-law actually graced the courts of Prairie Grove, and back in her day, which was the late 1990s, early 2000s, when she played here, they had a rivalry going, especially in the playoffs, against Ozark.
Yeah.
And Ozark, for whatever reason, had Prairie Grove's number. It hurt them at that point in time, but now it's about the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're going back to days when I believe Bobby Smith was walking the sidelines of Prairie Grove. Now you got Coach Froud, Kevin Froud. He's been over here for several years. Kevin's an old Greenland boy. Got his played some college ball.
Right.
Broke into the coaching ranks under Clay Reeves when Clay Reeves was at Greenland.
Right.
And you don't have to go very far to say Clay Reeves' name where people understand who he is and what he's about.
Right.
Now, the Redbirds, let's see here. Who we got out there?
We've got Madison Pence. We've got Cameron Jernigan, Alexis, Audrey Culpepper, and who is jumping for us? Alexis Roach. Alexis Roach is jumping for us. And then we have Joelle Tidwell.
Tigers control the tip. The Redbirds going to open up in a man-to-man. Oh, no. They're in the zone, and real quick,
Yep.
Redbirds get a steal. Cardinals push it up. Pence thought about the 3. Now we're going to reset. Tigers have been playing man-to-man for years, and it's kind of like the Razorback man-to-man. They value so much with the thought that we're going to get a lot of them aren't going to get called.
Right. Hopefully so. We got Jernigan driving in. She kicks it over to Pence.
Pence with a great take to the hole, but the shot's a little short, and here comes the Tigers. Tigers going to reset. Gibbs out top.
It's a 3-2 extended zone, and there it is. Pence is off to the races. Unfortunately, we got the ball loose.
That shot is knocked away as Jernigan knocked it out of bounds. Redbirds come up with a steal and gave it right back. 7:04 in the first quarter. Shot from the corner is long. Jernigan with the rebound. Here comes the Cardinals on a run out.
Ooh.
Tough break there.
Yes. A little loose ball action, and Alexis Roach got caught up.
Jernigan was bringing it down. It was a 2-on-3 break, and every once in a while you hit that spot in the floor where the ball will take either a dead bounce or a high bounce, and there she got the high one.
Absolutely.
Cardinals extending that 3-2, making them set up 22 feet out. Guy in the short corner. Shot from 18 is up, rattles in, no good. Jernigan with another rebound. Ahead to Pence.
Nice pass, skip pass, and back, extra pass.
There's what I was talking about earlier about this team is not they'll give it up.
Right.
Alexis probably had a layup there that she probably should have took. Pence is going to inbound it on the baseline. Gets it into Jernigan. Pence for 3. Shot is short. Jernigan with another rebound. And it's going to be a jump ball. That'll be Cardinal ball.
Nice hustle there on that rebound by Cameron Jernigan down low.
Always count on Coach Froud to send me a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Tidwell down low, kicks it over to Audrey.
Cardinals being patient.
Culpepper.
Tough break. Tidwell tried to come down with the rebound. Tiger's shot is up, no good. Tidwell's got it. Gets it to Pence.
To Jernigan up top. Splash. Cameron Jernigan puts the Cardinals on the board first with her first 3 of the season.
Brian, you see that so much in basketball where a break will come down and that first person will be open, but you always want to be looking for the trailer.
Absolutely.
And that's what Jernigan did. Jernigan hustled down, set up at the top of the key, and was wide open for the 3.
Then she comes back down and blocks the shot down here on the defensive side, so nice job.
So far, Jernigan's had a heck of a game on the defensive end, two block shots and a couple defensive rebounds.
Right, and that's one thing that Coach Johnson was mentioning earlier. We mentioned earlier about that missing step with Van Zandt on the bench as Madison Pence hits another 3. Prairie Grove's going to take a timeout.
Oh, my. I like it. That's what I'm talking about. You run in the court, and you could see as Jernigan got the ball, she looked up, and then Pence was running to a spot on the opposite side. And so many times, especially for the youngsters watching, and you hear the coach say, fill the lanes, fill the lanes, fill the lanes.
Right.
Well, hey, that's what it is. You always want to go where your teammates know, hey, I'm going to look right there. Pence is going to be open. And I promise you, there's not many better in Northwest Arkansas at shooting a wide open 3.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. The only one that may be a little close, and we could probably argue this battle all day long, maybe McKenna Van Zandt.
I'd be happy if I had either one of them and they had to take the shot. I'd say that's a pretty good play.
Absolutely.
6-0 Redbirds. Cardinals staying in that 3-2. Really pulling the pressure out top, and there's another steal.
That is Joelle Tidwell with that steal. She kicks it over to Jernigan, setting up the offense.
Tidwell already with her second steal of the game.
Culpepper swings it over to Pence. Pence drives it in, kicks it out to Jernigan for another 3. Splash! Jeff, this is the type of start that Coach Jay and the Cardinals wanted to see coming out of the gates for this season. And already Coach Frau going to the bench as Pence steals another one for the Redbirds.
Nice pass. Layup is good. That was a great pass from Tidwell down to Culpepper. 11-0 with 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. And right now on the defensive end, the Redbirds putting on a clinic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't ask for a better defensive start. Prairie Grove's taking a second timeout already. We mentioned earlier about the depth of the Cardinals team and the youth of the Cardinals team versus last year, losing Claudia Oxford, losing KB. You look at this year's roster. Junior, sophomore. You have 3 seniors on this team.
Well, let me go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
With Anthea being on the bench, 2 active, and then you look at what Coach McCullough has on the 9th grade side and on the 8th grade side.
Yeah.
I mean, as 8th graders, my oldest daughter was playing for Coach Small last year, and they didn't lose a game either.
Well, let me tell you this, and let's do a little comparison here. Since I was a father of one of them seniors, I can talk this way.
Sure.
All right. Kaylee Brown was that grinder. She was that one. She was great in the locker room, great team player. Those are hard to replace. But I will tell you right now, this bunch right here is so much more athletic than the bunch last year.
And that was something that Coach Jay was mentioning earlier as well, is just the overall athleticism. And you led to it earlier. Athleticism and speed will outflank anybody's size.
That's correct. Tidwell with the drive-in shot, and it's no good. And here they go. Cardinals right now are trapping out the front of that 3-2.
Crawford for Prairie Grove has turned it over a couple of times now. Pence left wide open. There we go.
14-0.
You've had Madison Pence, Cameron Jernigan both draining 3s, and we had the inside game going, and our defense is off and running.
right now what you're seeing is that 3-2, and Prairie Grove shot up. Jernigan with another rebound. Looks ahead to Pence.
Look at Roach down low. There it is. Nice pass by Pence to Roach.
Brian, I had a coach tell me one time that I remember him saying that if you see a 2-1-2, you can't have two people up top. You've got to be even versus odd or odd versus even.
Right.
And right now, we're running a 3-front defense, and Prairie Grove is elected to stay in that one front. And, so that makes the passing lanes very difficult.
Right.
Jernigan with another rebound. Ahead to Pence, 16-0. Jernigan, nice head fake all the way to the rack, left-handed layup's good.
Wow.
Jernigan with 8 points. Very quick first quarter here with 2 minutes left to go. Shot up, no good. Prairie Grove with the rebound. That shot is blocked.
Not sure if that was Culpepper or Jernigan on that block shot.
Culpepper with the block. Pence sets up from 3. And boys, you better get that one on film. Don't see her miss a wide open one very often.
Nope.
Jernigan with 8, Pence with 6.
Kick ball there.
Checking in for the Cardinals, Eliza Ball. Eliza checks in, replacing Culpepper. Take out one athlete, put another one in.
That's that bench, that loaded bench that we talked about earlier.
Pence flashes for the steal, comes up empty. Short corner shot, no good. Blocked again by Jernigan. Be a jump ball. Checking into the game for the Redbirds, number 22, McKenna Van Zant. And this is great. You see crowd from both sides is standing up, applauding.
Don't know about you, but I just got goosebumps.
I guarantee you. That's what, I talk about this rival. But the truth of the matter is, these are people that you see on Sundays at church, you see in town. Some of my best friends were from Prairie Grove, but that night we played them, oh my goodness, we hated each other.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you go across any lineup, even in collegiate sports, one thing that I like about it, on the field, your enemies. When that final horn goes off, when it's said and done with, you go find your friends, and there's friends from every team that will say hi to somebody on the other side.
Oh, back when we played, we didn't talk.
Right.
I didn't want to talk to them. They didn't want to talk to me. Oh, what's the call here? This. I don't know about that call right there, but you can't really complain because it's 18-0. But that's a mercy call.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what Eliza did there. She stepped in to go for the rebound, and somehow she gets called for a foul.
Shot is up and good. Prairie Grove is on the board.
Nia Gibbs.
109 left in the first quarter. It's 18-1. Second free throw is good. Here comes McKenna across the timeline.
Rhodes kicks it over to Tidwell. Tidwell up to Pence.
McKenna, great hesitation. Shot is up and good. Welcome back, McKenna. McKenna's going to play the middle of that. 3-2. Pence is on one side. Tidwell's on the other. Jernigan and Roach is down low. Great closeout. 16-foot shot is up and good.
Larisha Crawford for Prairie Grove making that basket.
McKenna's going to back it out. Coach Jay says 15 seconds left. Let's get the last one.
Yep.
Jernigan. Cardinals work it around. Here comes Pence off a double pick. Shot is up. No good, but there's a foul.
Should be shooting 3. The only thing that we could have asked for better was that ball to go in and then shoot a 4th.
20-4, Pence with a chance to shoot 3 right here.
That is correct. That there is something else that you'd hardly see Pence do is miss a free throw.
If there was anything that Coach was kind of upset about after the benefit game was the free throw shooting.
Right.
You know, and as a group, I know in practice they chart everything.
Right.
And I know in practice, you know, this as a group, this team shoots in the mid 70s to low 80s every day in practice. So, you know, it's it takes a little bit just to get into the game flow. But 21-4 at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the Redbirds up big.
Placing salt and pepper on everything they eat.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, no more salt and pepper.
Tony's Sasheries.
Tony's Sasheries, famous Creole seasoning, brings out the flavor in all your favorite foods.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, so put a little Creole in your kitchen. Tony's Sasheries makes everything taste great.
In Arkansas, over 600 cars a day illegally pass a school bus, putting lives at risk. So Everett is joining with area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead school bus safety program. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. And report drivers to the police if they don't stop. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Remember, flashing red.
We're back, Cardinal fans, getting set for the start of the second quarter. I'm Brian Dean, Jeff Oxford, and Jeff, we mentioned just a couple of short basketball minutes ago about the return of 22 Strong onto the basketball court. We have the pleasure now of being joined by her mom, Monica Van Zant.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, not a problem. So you've seen the reaction of the crowd, both Farmington and on the Prairie Grove side, when McKenna checked into the game and then they announced her. Both sides standing up as Pence comes up a little long on that three-pointer for the Cardinals. McKenna checked into the ball game a little earlier than expected as far as the season goes.
Yes, absolutely. We knew it was a possibility, and she's worked really hard during Thanksgiving break. She took, even on Thanksgiving, she was in a gym trying to get back in shape. That's the thing, is getting her wind back underneath her and her legs underneath her. And, she lost 15 pounds, so that's going to take a while to put back on, and it was a muscle. So
15 pounds of only the 87 that she was wearing anyway prior to all of this, so not necessarily 87, but I'm going to tell you, I mentioned it to Jeff just a little while ago. When the crowd reacted, we both got goosebumps. I'm sure from your side and from Ryan's side that you guys had to have goosebumps, but seeing the drive and determination of McKenna to say, you know what, this is going to happen to me, but I'm going to battle back.
That's right.
And here's how I'm going to do it.
And, she probably wants it more now than she ever has. So.
Well, hey, Monica, you and I have known each other for a long time.
Yes.
We grew up together, but there were several things that come out of that, and I can't imagine, and we talked about this before the game, I can't imagine as a parent going through what y'all did. But what was so cool about it was every day when you get on Twitter or get on Facebook, you would see somebody from somewhere else in the state, pictures of teams 22 strong.
It was crazy. It really was. And you can say thank you to people, but words don't do it justice how much it meant when you're sitting in a hospital and you see it. You get on when in between whatever she was doing, get online and see where another team that we don't even know, never played before, just supporting her. And I've said it before that the basketball community is one of a kind, and they supported her, on the court, you're sorry. On the court, you know, you're rivals, but as soon as you walk off that court, you're family, and that was no more evident than it was when McKenna went through this.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about when she went on in a while ago, that feeling, and it was I had to cry a little bit of joy, you know, to see her out there doing what she loves to do.
Right. A lot better now to have those tears than the tears that you guys were faced with. And I'll tell you, Jeff, I don't know if you knew this or not, but on McKenna's 16th birthday, she was able to come home. The very next day, well, that night, let's start there. That night when they arrived back in Farmington, they had a surprise for Coach Jay waiting at their house. The next day, a little bird decided to tell me that, hey, McKenna was going to surprise the girls at practice. So I meet Monica and Ryan and McKenna outside the Massey gym, and we walk into that gym with McKenna, and I'm standing behind them all with a camera, and in walks McKenna, and the girls just stopped.
They didn't know what to say.
It was a great feeling, great hustle there by Madison Parsley, saving that ball.
You know, one thing that good that, if you know, you always got to look at the glass. I'm a half full type person.
Right.
You know, half glass full. One thing which I'm sure McKenna will take this from is, if you're sitting there, and I never suffered what she did.
Right.
But you know, I had a back injury, and I thought I was done. The one thing that there's something out there that you really love, like basketball, and all of a sudden you're laying there and you think I may never play again.
It's pretty.
It makes you appreciate it that much more when you do get to come back.
And we've seen that with her, you know. Even whenever she wasn't running yet, she was shooting, and you know, now she's running, doing the bike, trying to just get some meat back on her and some legs underneath her.
Seeing McKenna inside the gym, not only on the floor practicing, but even when they're not practicing, as I'm walking through the gym, transferring kids to class, I'd see McKenna running stadiums.
Yeah,
and I'm just like going, Are you kidding me? I mean, half a month ago, 2-3 weeks ago,
you're in ICU.
You're in ICU, and you're already running stadiums.
Yep.
Well, I'm telling you right now, when I wasn't hurt and I was in the best shape of my life, I did not want to run stadiums.
The only place that I was running, even playing sports the only place that I was running was to the refrigerator and back.
Yeah. Monica, I'm so happy for you and your family.
We appreciate y'all. We can't. Whoever's listening, we can never repay you. Thank you for your support in her and your continued support. And look forward to a winning season.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great one. Lady Cardinals up by 15. Cardinals getting off to a slow start here in the second quarter. Redbirds up by 15, 24-9. Pence, Parsley, Tidwell working the top. Culpepper and Jernigan working the bottom. Tidwell tipped a long rebound out, but the Tigers come up with it. Shot from the short corner is long, no good.
Tidwell pressing up against that pressure to get the ball across half-court line. Finds Jernigan to set up the offense. Coach Jay calling out the offensive set. There's Roach over at the elbow, swing over to Tidwell to Jernigan. Back to Roach.
Pence. Nice.
Open three in Splash Town.
Little string music for Pence there makes it 27-9. Nice little take from the short corner.
Anaya Gibbs with her 6th point of the night.
Tigers stay in their man-to-man. Redbirds in a motion offense. Parsley's working the low block. Tidwell's going to cut back out. Needs some help.
Not quite ready for that pass.
Coach Jay's going to call a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. Redbirds up 27-11.
Kids Ahead. Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting all of you in Farmington to come see us at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Make the short drive and shop Northwest Arkansas's best selection of new Chevys, like the sporty Chevy Camaro, the rugged Silverado, and the family-friendly Tahoe, completely redesigned for 2015. Experience a better way to buy your new Chevy at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Family-owned, customer-friendly, a proud supporter of the Farmington Cardinals. Go Cards!
Sometimes the things we want to do.
We're back, Cardinal fans. Prairie Grove High School. Farmington Cardinals against the Lady Tigers of Prairie Grove.
Redbirds up by 16. Another block shot there by the Redbirds.
Joel Tidwell. And I'll tell you, that's one individual that Coach Jay was really excited about coming out of last year to see if that sophomore slump, so to speak, or if it would come in even though that she's not a sophomore, or if she would pick up where her game left off coming out of the state tournament last year.
Pence up top gets it to Jernigan. Redbirds running the motion. Cameron with a nice spin move.
Inside and
shot is up and good.
Nice job there.
I'll tell you what made that play was that Alexis Roach. Alexis Roach has been taking them hard cuts on that motion coming off that top pick.
Yes.
And she busted down through there, and her girl just following her. And if Alexis don't get out of the way, Cameron goes right into a double team.
Right. And I'm not too sure, but I don't know about you. I wouldn't want to run into not only those Prairie Grove girls that were there, but I wouldn't want to run into Alexis Roach either because she's got some stoutness to her.
Roach with a rebound, gets it ahead to Pence. Oh, take a look, catch it inside, square up. They're going to get Alexis with a walk. And that's what Coach Jay is telling Tidwell right there. Tidwell caught the ball on the block, nobody around her.
Right.
But what we talked about earlier in the game is about this team not afraid to make that extra pass.
Right.
That's one of them times you got to be greedy. You get that ball in that 6-foot range, that's when you start being greedy.
Absolutely. How many times did you do that back in your day?
Well, I didn't pass it if I was across half court.
Another deflected pass there by Tidwell. Unfortunately, it ended up in the Tigers' hands, and a block shot by Tidwell down low. I believe that's Tidwell's second block shot as well.
There is people in Northwest Arkansas that will tell you my next pass would be my first pass.
Might have been your only pass too, right?
Yeah. I didn't believe in passing. Like Coach Holland used to say in football, you pass the ball, there's only 3 things that can happen and 2 of them are bad.
Absolutely.
I just took that over to basketball.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
37.6 seconds left. Farmington's up 29-11 in the second quarter. Prairie Grove inbounds the ball. Gibbs has got it up top.
Van Zandt checks in for Parsley. She's playing the middle of the top of that 3-2.
Van Zandt deflects that pass.
There is a foul on Prairie Grove as Tidwell come up with a steal on a pass that McKenna had deflected. That is the 5th foul on Prairie Grove. I cannot tell you the last time I walked into a Prairie Grove gymnasium and at halftime Prairie Grove had more fouls than Farmington. It just don't happen.
How often does it happen? And
it does not happen. I'm telling you, it does not happen.
Doesn't happen. What about this? How often does it happen? And it could be very, very often. McKenna Van Zandt drains that bucket. Where I was going with that, if you look across the stadium, I mean, it's a great crowd here. We talked about the community support. But if you look right down in front of us, this whole side that's in front of us is full of Cardinal fans. Then you look over to the other side, and Prairie Grove's got a good showing of fans, but not quite near the number that the Cardinals have.
Well, hey, the truth of the matter is, Prairie Grove, as of Friday, was still playing football.
That's true.
You know, and
that's a great point.
So there's still a little bit of football hangover.
Right.
You know, now the junior high, I noticed during the junior high game there was a good crowd, and some of the junior high folks that started at 4 o'clock, I guess, what time it started. Some of them have left, but you know, it's there's more people here than what you think. You put this in the old Tiger Arena, which to this day I love that place. That's one of the greatest places, greatest atmosphere to go. You put this crowd in that place, it's a full gym. You put this in Merle Massey Gymnasium, there's no place to sit.
Right.
You know, but what you've seen over the last few years is Prairie Grove has built them a beautiful, beautiful arena.
Absolutely.
You know, we've built a beautiful arena. And so it takes crowds like this, which will be a great crowd for this rivalry, and it just looks like there's not anybody there.
Right. You bring up a good point. You know, this brings me back to my Texas high school days. Growing up in South Texas, Texas talk a lot about Texas high school football. Great crowds, week in, week in and week out. When it flipped over to basketball season, basketball had a good showing. We were a 4A school, one of the bigger 4A schools in South Texas, and our basketball gymnasium was full, and we didn't have the caliber of gymnasium that Prairie Grove has or that Farmington has, and Farmington's, quite honestly, state of the art.
Well, here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is this year at our home games, you're going to see a good home crowd. But because of the conference that we're in, the visiting side, there might be 50 people.
Right.
You know, now next year as we migrate back into our old conference,
right.
Whoa, boys! I tell you what, if you love basketball, that's exciting. You know, because now you start playing. Okay, now in basketball you're playing conference-wise. Prairie Grove, Gravett, you know, Gentry, Harrison, I believe will be at our conference. Huntsville, you know, so it's going to be some good times.
It's a good. I'm glad to see AAA actually get back to more of a. I hesitate to use the word regional, but more of a locale type scenario to where teams like Prairie Grove and Farmington will play each other like they should.
Well, the truth, hey, Brian, you and I and Coach Oz, we do the football games.
Absolutely.
You know, and I can watch a good high school football game any day of the week. But it's time, I'm glad to see the AAA kind of stop catering to those 16 7A schools.
Right.
You know, there's no reason why you should have 16 schools in one classification and every one of them make state playoffs.
Right.
You know,
exactly
they need to make that classification a larger classification and really bring it on down, and which is what they're going to do for everything except football.
Sure. It'll be exciting times. I know that with the depth that we mentioned not only on Coach Jay's team now, but what's coming up from Coach McCullough, and then what's coming up even further down the road from Coach Small, his 7th grade group. I mentioned earlier about this in the year with Coach Jay. When they when AAA started talking about this, and we started talking about instead of doing this 4A, 5A blend or whatever that it is, and we go back to more of a traditional style conference, what does that look like? How exciting could that be for him, looking at the fact that he just came off of a state semifinal run, and he's got the talent that he's got coming.
Yeah, but Brian, that don't mean much, because I've seen a lot of times where a 4A team could beat a 5A, the 5A state champ. Right. I tell people all the time, I seen 5 teams at the state tournament last year in 5A that could have won the 6A tournament. Farmington, now I want you to take this in consideration. Farmington gets beat in the semifinals. You ran that split league last year.
Right.
So we played 2 games with Alma, 2 games with Siloam Springs.
Right.
Let's see, who was the other ones? We played 4 6A schools.
Right.
Twice,
right.
Okay. Our girls went 8-0.
Right.
So just because you're bigger doesn't mean that you're going to dominate down the smaller side. If you went right now and told somebody in Star City that the Farmington Lady Cardinals are getting ready to come down, they say bring them on.
Right.
You know, so there is a lot of good basketball. Over the years, I've seen some great basketball at the 4A level. When you started talking about when CAC was there, you know, Star City, the Prairie Grove Tigers had a great run back in the late 2008, 2009 through there. You know, so as much excitement as it is because it cuts down on the travel, boys, it don't get no easier.
Right. That's a great point. 32-11 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in halftime. I'm Brian Dean, Jeff Oxford, in the home of the Prairie Grove Tigers, where the Lady Cardinals are up by 21 at halftime. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back to start the second half.
Attention students, have you found a place to live yet? Don't move into high-rise, high-cost student living. Live somewhere comfortable, affordable, on the bus route, and close to everything you need. It's all at Mad Sky Rentals. 95% of apartments are rented in Fayetteville, so Mad Sky's places are going fast. Call today at 251-9403. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms available. 251-9403 or online at madskyrentals.com.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Chachere's
Makes everything taste great.
Farmington Schools would like to thank Trinity Rehabilitation and Melinda Day for providing athletic training services that keep our Farmington athletes safe and in the game. Trinity has clinics in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Bella Vista. If you need outpatient physical therapy, please contact Trinity at 521-2232. Williams Tractor is a proud supporter of Farmington High School, academics, and athletics, and wishes all Farmington teams a successful season. Williams Tractor carries over 120 different lines of equipment and knows that tradition is as important on the field as it is in serving our customers. Good luck to all competitors and coaches. Williams Tractor would like to thank Farmington and the surrounding communities for their business and is proud to have served our customers since 1973.
Let's face it, the internet has become part of our day-to-day life. You find your news there, you pay your bills there, you do some shopping there, and on the internet with PG Telco, you got a lot of things on your side. First of all, Zing Broadband, moving at the speed of life. And then there's the 110 years of experience you get with PG Telco and a 24-hour repair service guarantee that you may not find elsewhere. So be it your home or your business, PG Telco has you up to speed with Zing Broadband. Connect fast with us. Call 479-846-7200. 479-846-7200. PG Telco, moving at the speed of life.
The Farmington Stampede is a proud supporter of Farmington schools and the Farmington community. We look forward to everyone joining the next Stampede.
Go Cards!
Looking for free checking that isn't free of extras? It's as easy as finding your nearest Arvest bank. Our free blue checking comes with lots of features, including free online and mobile banking, and the ability to deposit a check just by taking a picture of it with your smartphone. And since it's from Arvest, you'll have the freedom of more than 240 locations and 7-to-7 banking. You shouldn't have to pay for convenience. Switch to free blue checking from Arvest Bank.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I love the app. I use it to deposit checks.
Snap the pictures, enter a few things,
and then you just deposit.
It's that easy?
It's that easy?
It's so easy to use, my dad can do it.
What's the most unusual place you've used the mobile app?
On top of a mountain in a snow cave in Vail, Colorado.
While I was waiting in the drive-thru.
The deer woods.
Church.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Farmington Schools is...
We're back, Cardinal fans. Start of the second half. Coming to you from Prairie Grove High School, where the Lady Cardinals and the Prairie Grove Lady Tigers. Farmington's up 32-11. Jeff Foxworthy, listen to me.
Come on now.
Jeff Oxford, Brian Dean. Jeff, thoughts on the first half?
Well, hey, one thing you got to be, if you're Coach Jay, you go to the locker room, you're very impressed with what your defense did, especially in the first quarter. I mean, it was minute 9 left, I believe, before Prairie Grove got their first points of the game, and that was at the free throw line. So Cardinal 3-2 defense right there. We got a back court. Sure was. That's the right call. But your defense on the front of that 3-2 caused a bunch of havoc. You know, you go into the game halftime, you're up 32-11, and you like to say, well, golly, Coach, I mean, we're up 21, but here's some things you can talk about. You had some careless turnovers. You know, rebounding, you got to keep in mind long shots, long boards.
Right.
If you set up to rebound under the basket, the only thing you get that comes out of there is a made basket.
Correct.
So Cardinal defense doing a great job, and there's a great pass cross court to Pence, and Pence is going to reset.
Passes it over to Jernigan, swings it outside to Tidwell. Tidwell to Roach. Roach back to Pence.
Tigers stay in their man-to-man defense, which I understand why Coach Froud is doing that, because, to be quite honest with you, this bunch is built to shoot you out of zone defenses.
Right. Gibbs on a fast break, decides to turn it over to Pence.
3 possessions for the Tigers in the second half, 3 turnovers.
Jernigan from the corner. Oh, and Roach went over the back.
That is the hardest thing for a basketball player, is if you realize you do not have rebound position.
Right.
You know, you have to make some movement. As a defensive player, as long as you keep contact, then you know where that person is. So what you got to keep in mind as an offensive player, if you want to get the upper hand, you've got to break that contact.
Right.
So anytime you go down into rebound, and what a lot of people watch is the ball go up in there, the ball hit the rim, and people jump. If you want to see something entertaining, next time you watch the Razorbacks,
right,
watch what happens on rebounds from the waist down. Because
right.
I am telling you, it's a slugfest.
Right.
But the officials watch up top. Nobody watches down low. So it's like a boxing match inside a basketball game.
So, and we had a good example of that last night. In fact, when Razorbacks took on UConn in that PK80 tournament, and I tell you, we won't get into too much of that aspect, other than the fact that the Hogs did take home third place with that, as Pence misses another free throw.
34-11. Pence had an opportunity for an and one. And Brian, look how far out this 3-2 has forced Prairie Grove to start their offense.
At the bottom of the circle is what I like to refer that to it.
And, she just got away with a walk right there.
Yes, she did. Jernigan, I tell you what, one thing that I have seen tonight is Jernigan has really cranked up her defensive side of the effort. Not that she didn't have it last year, but it just seems like it's just cranked up a little bit more.
Coach Jay made the comment after the benefit game that Jernigan may have played her most complete game as a player.
Right.
I tell you what she's done tonight. If that's the case, then she is continuing, because in the first half, I can think of in the first 4 minutes, 3 rebounds, 2 block shots.
Right. Exactly. Right.
And it's not like Jernigan is a 5'11".
Right.
You know, when you start talking about Cameron, you're talking about a 5'8" girl. But Cameron is that one girl you have on the floor right now that she's a senior. She started as a sophomore. She started as a junior. So her she is the minute leader of what you got out there right now, which is really a pretty experienced bunch.
Right. The only one inexperienced as far as Farmington goes is Alexis Roach. But she gained her experience while she was at Siloam.
That is correct.
And then she came over here. I personally am glad that she's here because now she's with us and not against us.
I tell you what, that is unbelievable how many balls that Culpepper, Pence, and Tidwell are getting their hands on out front on that 3-2.
And if it's not their hands, especially with Pence, she's had 4 kick balls today, which is not necessarily a bad thing because that forces Prairie Grove to kind of reset things on the offensive side of the boards. As that ball was overshot the rim. Jernigan brings the ball up court, finds Pence down in the corner, off the back of the rim, rebound by Prairie Grove.
Cardinals right now have kind of hit a dry spot. The outside shot having a tough time falling.
Yep.
Another tip ball by the Cardinals, but the Tigers come out with it. Pence, once again.
That defense, that Cardinal defense, playing Farmington fast. In talking about Farmington fast, you look at the 3-2 defense, and then we turn it into a full court press, similar to the Hogs in their fastest 40 or whatever they want to call it. But we're seeing it right here with Farmington and what it's given us.
Well, Brian, you look at most high school teams in practice, very few teams go out to practice and set their offense up at 28, 30 feet away from the basket, right, which tonight, Prairie Grove is out close to the 45-foot line.
Sure.
So once you force them to start their offense at somewhere where they're not used to practicing, now you've changed all their passing lanes.
Right.
And so what you've seen 5 or 6 times tonight where Prairie Groves went to make a pass and the balls went out of bounds. So great job by that 3-2.
You've played a lot more basketball than I have. I grew up playing baseball and football. When you have a defense that'll extend you out like that and you start your offense from basically half court, as a player, does that not make you feel like instead of playing just 90 feet of basketball, you're now playing 180?
Oh, it's
Pence from the corner.
What it does, Brian, is it doesn't matter if you're a post player or if you're a guard. But if you're a post player, now it has changed that entry pass.
Right.
They used to say you never set up. When you look at the free throw line, you've got a big block down low, and then you've got 3 smaller.
Right.
They used to say you never set up below that big block.
Right.
How many times have you heard a coach say when someone is set up between a guard is set up between the top of the key and the wing, and they try to make that pass to the entry down to the post, they say that's not the right angle.
Right.
Well, by forcing their front out, now you basically took their post players out of the game because you've taken away that angle to the block.
Right. You're exactly right. Van Zandt with the ball, kicks it over to Pence in the corner. Pence rattles one home for another 3. She's up to 18.
Boy, that hit every part of the rim and even went off the backboard.
When it's your touch, it's your touch.
Now, if you're at home, we're kind of setting up. This is a little different than when we're at our house.
Right.
So we're setting up. We got a real good view. When you look at that defense on that front of it, it's a 3-2. But you're looking at the 2 wing girls. They're actually playing and trying to force you to the middle.
Right.
And the middle person, instead of being at the top of the key, is kind of sucked down.
Right.
And
Almost
so
like a 2-1-2.
they're inviting you into that trap,
right,
making you throw everything to the wings over your head. So it's great defense. There'll be a girls coach somewhere that'll figure out the secret to that. It's a very hard. It's kind of like the old 1-3-1. When it first come out, everybody had problems with it.
Right.
3-2's got Prairie Grove fuzzed up tonight.
Right. Let's just hope that when that coach does figure it out, that it's 15 to 20 years down the road.
3-2 something you'll see it. You'll probably see it in the boys' game. That's a kind of a staple of Bo Thompson's defense. I think if truth be known, I think he was probably running it before Coach Jay was. So, you know.
Very well possible. 2:56 left to go in the third quarter. Farmington's up 40-13 over arch rival, I guess you would say, Prairie Grove. Out on the court, we've got Madison Pence, Cameron Jernigan, Joel Tidwell, Alexis Roach, and McKenna Van Zant. That is not a mistake, folks. Yes, that is 22 strong out on the court for the Farmington Lady Cardinals.
Van Zant playing on the backside. Shot is up, no good. Redbirds with the rebound, try to kick it out to Pence. Prairie Grove is going to come back with the ball. Front pressure has been relentless. Going to get Jernigan with a foul. That'll be Cameron's second foul. Fourth team foul on the Redbirds here in the second half.
Do you agree with that call?
I do.
Do you?
Yep. So you're okay if you don't reach.
Right. Sometimes, I mean, just the competitive nature of me, Jernigan pulls down that rebound. Competitive nature of me wants to see when that ball is out on the wing like that and it's just one-on-one. Let him play a little bit.
Jernigan with another rebound. Looking for some help. Gets it to McKenna. McKenna's going to reset. Nice crossover. Gets all the way to the rack. Shot is up and good.
She's up to 8 points now, and what a story. What a story, what a start for the Lady Cardinals.
Shot is up, no good. Tigers with the rebound.
That's Sarah James Stone down low for the Tigers. Van Zant kicks it over to the wing. Alexis Roach jumping in.
Great pass. McKenna makes that pass, caddy corner, 45 feet. And Roach takes it in for the easy layup. 29-point game.
I'm glad you did that math and not me.
Shot up, no good. Cardinals got a couple at scores table waiting to check in, Parsley and Ball.
There's another tip and steal by the Cardinals. That was Pence and Jernigan. Jernigan loses the handle, recollects.
Nice spin move. Needs a little help. Shot is up, no good.
Almost had a and-one situation. You know, we mentioned earlier, you were talking about Coach Froud for Prairie Grove and the history that he had between here, the history that he has between here and Greenland. And we were talking earlier, prior to this game, they also had the Hall of Fame induction. Coach Blue walked by a while ago and reminded me of a conversation that he and I were having earlier when and I mentioned my sister-in-law earlier playing for Prairie Grove. She played under Lee Larkin, and prior to that, as the AD was
Coach Green.
Coach Green.
Yeah. So
you had Coach Green over here who had a son by the name of Blue. So you had Blue Green, and then we had Coach Blue in Farmington.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that when they were having Taylor, Coach Green called him up and says, now, you do realize that you need to call your child Green. So that we would have Blue Green in Prairie Grove and Green Blue in Farmington.
Well, let me tell you about Coach Green. And Pence with the three. And Coach Green, I thought the world of Coach Green. First time I met Coach Green was a high school coach in Lead Hill.
Right.
Okay. Coach Green and I had some great conversations sitting in the stands at Farmington Prairie Grove games. And we're at the Prairie Grove gym. It's about 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. And it's pretty obvious, you know, I mean, it's getting toward the end of the game, and it's pretty obvious that Prairie Grove was going to win. And I told Coach Green, I said, can't believe that I got ripped off by the officials again at Prairie Grove. Coach Green looked at me just as serious could be, and he said, Jeff, I'm as upset about it as you are. I told him not to make it so obvious.
And that's the type of character that he is. And that's, you know, truth be told, that's the type of character that Coach Blue is as well. And, you know, just the circle. Coach Froud coming from Prairie Grove, or coming from Greenland to Prairie Grove. Coach Larkin, who was here at Prairie Grove, went from Prairie Grove over to Greenland.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you know, the history behind these three schools in Northwest Arkansas is just, I mean, there's a lot to be told. And then you know, let's be honest. I think part of that also brings the communities closer together as well.
Well, it is. And, you know, I kind of mentioned it earlier, you know, a lot of these folks are people you'd see at church on Sunday.
Right.
You know, the clothesline fair. I know for a fact there's kids from Farmington that square dance with kids from Prairie Grove in their group. You know, some of my best friends, who I consider best friends, grew up in Prairie Grove. You know, it's a mile and a half from my house.
Right.
But we was all out in the country, you know. And so I feel very confident that if I leave here tonight, my truck breaks down, there's several people in Prairie Grove I can call to help.
Sure.
You know, and that's just the way it is. This rivalry is everything that is good about high school sports.
Absolutely. And you know, let's be honest. Do you really think that you'd have to pick up your phone and call somebody?
Well, let me tell you something. Before I let one of them yahoos give me a ride home, I'd walk. You know, I don't want to owe anybody in Prairie Grove anything.
Sure.
Especially no Mitch Bartholomew.
Right. Start of the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Jeff.
Cardinals up 30, so you're going to have the running clock.
Liza Ball, Van Zant, Aubrey Culpepper,
and Parsley.
And JT out on the court for the Cardinals.
Van Zant gets it at the free throw line.
Gibbs is off and running for the Lady Tigers. She puts it up and in, bringing the score to 48-20.
Pence goes to the bench with 21 points. Jernigan goes to the bench with 11. Nice cut by Ball. Taylor got it in the corner, needs a little help. Pass is knocked away, and here comes the Tigers.
Not too sure that we didn't get a piece of that one and that one there. Potentially two block shots for Culpepper down low for the Lady Cardinals.
You know, when you look at Audrey's long arms, she's 5'10", and she's athletic.
5'10", plays, I would venture to guess, plays about 6'3", with her long arms.
One shot. You see the clock continues to run. Both free throws are no good. Culpepper clears the boards, and here comes McKenna. Redbirds stay in the motion offense. Tigers stay in their man defense. Nice head fake. Shot from the corner is short, no good. Tigers come up with a rebound. Like to see Taylor shooting the ball. That's a tough shot.
Yes, it was.
Took a nice head fake, but then took the dribble down to the corner. Now you're shooting from behind the board.
Right.
Just a tad short. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball. Tigers get it in with 5:45 left to go. Redbirds stay in their 3-2. Boys, could have got a little traveling right there. That's not a call you get, though, when you're in a running clock.
Right. Running clock and up by 28 as Gibbs goes up for that jumper. Nice closeout.
Nice block out.
Van Zandt over to Culpepper. Culpepper to Ball.
Ball's three-point shot is off the rim, no good.
Nice job by Parsley.
Parsley tried to hit McKenna breaking down the lane, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. Be Cardinal ball.
Dorian checks in for the Lady Tigers. Van Zandt setting up the inbounds play for the Cardinals. Culpepper up top, swings it over to JT. JT back over to Ball.
There's a shot. Nice looking shot. Off the back of the rim, no good. like Audrey's quick decision there. She popped out in the corner, wide open, didn't waste no time. The shot just didn't fall.
Right. Now, that's one of those shots that I think if you're – nice block shot by Van Zandt. That's one of those shots that I think was shot by Culpepper. I think that if I'm Coach Jay, I'd be accepting of that shot as well.
It's going to be a jump ball, be Prairie Grove's ball. And as expected, McKenna's a little rusty.
A little rusty, and she's still got 8 points, couple of rebounds, and a block shot.
Yeah, and probably hadn't played 2 full quarters. So
it's great to see her back out on the court, though.
Nice job there by the Cardinal defense. Cardinals have taken that front of the 3-2, and they've sucked it back in. Now they're starting at about the 19-foot line. Going to get, I think, Elijah Ball with the foul.
I believe you're right. Jasmine Winos going to the line for 2.
It's Elijah's 4th foul.
Very quietly.
I like it. Hey, here's the deal. You can't take them home with you.
Nope. You might as well give them
They give you 5 of them. It does you no good to take 3 of them home with you. I always had a theory. I'm going to use all mine.
Right. All yours and all your timeouts, too.
Hey, there's sometimes I use my fouls way too much.
Casey Dreen and Amelia Fuqua check into the ballgame for the Lady Cardinals.
Hey, I'm going to go Bill Walton on you here.
All right.
All right. I can tell you for a fact, we are playing in Prairie Grove. We go out for the jump ball. Mm-hmm. They throw the ball up. There's a scrum for it. I get called for the foul. They throw the ball in. I get called for a second foul. 8 seconds have run off the clock. I've got my second foul. Okay. Coach Harris gets a person up to come into the game. In the meantime, they have inbounded the ball.
Nice hustle by Fuqua.
They take a shot. We're going for the rebound. I pick up my 3rd foul. We played 37 seconds.
How did you pull that off?
37 seconds. Coach wasn't real happy. I thought, here we go, Prairie Grove refereeing again. 50-22.
I did not see who made that basket for Farmington. Did you?
I didn't. That's a double dribble. You cannot dribble, pick it up, and then dribble again. That's been in the rule book a long time.
Earnhardt checking into the ball game for Parsley's.
Madison Earnhardt, there's another sophomore.
Let's reset this court. So you got Fuqua, Drain, Earnhardt, JT, and Eliza Ball on the court for the Cardinals.
Casey Drain, 5'3" sophomore. Hey, looky here. That's what I'm talking. Oh. Drain with a quick trigger, went in and out.
Minute 10 left to go, 50-22 in favor of the good guys. Or good girls, however you want to look at it.
The good ones. Shot is up, no good. Tigers with the rebound. And they're going to back it back out.
Coach Fratt a little upset. Thought that his player should have gone up for the deuce right there.
That shot's up no good. Ball with a good block out, and she's going to give it up to Drain. 45 seconds to go in the ball game.
Ball up top over to Fuqua. Fuqua to Drain. Over to JT.
.30 seconds. Nice spin move. Shot is up, no good. Going to go out of bounds. So, Coach, you start off the year with a big win at Prairie Grove, and I think tomorrow night you go to Huntsville. Coach Charlie Berry, who's been coaching in Huntsville for like 600 years. Coach Berry will have that bunch ready to go. I guarantee you will see a different type game tomorrow night.
That one's off the front of the rim to end the game. 50-22 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Jeff, your thoughts?
Hey, you got some things. This is kind of a great deal for Coach Jay because you get to get that first game jitters out of the way. You won the ball game, and you've got some things that you get to go as a coach and talk about. You know, hey, there were some times that we got a little sloppy on the rebounding. There were some times that we got a little sloppy on some passing. You know, overall, the way we attacked the front, that 3-2 on the front of that, coaches got to be proud of that. Be proud of the way, you know, Cameron Jernigan, I thought, played a great ball game tonight.
Absolutely.
Madison Pence hit some great shots. There's a lot of good to take away, but it's a perfect coaching deal because you've also got some things that you can say, hey, we did good, we won the game, but we got to get better at this. Free throw shooting's another one.
Right. Better each day. Better each game that you can come out and play. Madison Pence in double figures, Cameron Jernigan in double figures, McKenna Van Zant just shy of double figures. Unexpected to play, still yet comes out, starts the season off with the Lady Cardinals as they start their season 1-0 against arch rival Prairie Grove.
Well, why don't we take a break, and we'll come back with about 3 minutes before the guys start and start talking about the boys.
That'll work. From Prairie Grove High School, Prairie Grove Tiger Gym, I'm Brian Dean, Jeff Oxford. We'll be back for the boys.
Currently seeking both full-time and substitute bus drivers. If you or someone you know has their commercial driver's license or would like more information on getting theirs, please contact Transportation Director Jim Hendricks at 479-267-6023. That's 479-267-6023. Farmington Schools is a better way to drive.
Things are changing in kitchens everywhere.
Tony's Sasheries.
People are replacing salt and pepper on everything they eat.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, no more salt and pepper.
Tony's Sasheries.
Tony's Sasheries, famous Creole seasoning, brings out the flavor in all your favorite foods.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, so put a little Creole in your kitchen. Tony's Sasheries makes everything taste great.
In Arkansas, over 600 cars a day illegally pass a school bus, putting lives at risk. So Everett is joining with area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead school bus safety program. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. And report drivers to the police if they don't stop. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Remember, Flashing Red, Kids Ahead. Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting all of you in Farmington to come see us at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Make the short drive and shop Northwest Arkansas's best selection of new Chevys, like the sporty Chevy Camaro, the rugged Silverado, and the family-friendly Tahoe, completely redesigned for 2015. Experience a better way to buy your new Chevy at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Family-owned, customer-friendly, a proud supporter of the Farmington Cardinals. Go Cards!
Sometimes the things we want to do aren't quite the things we end up doing. But with Tyson grilled and ready chicken breast fillets, you can make eating right a promise to yourself you actually keep. No preservatives, 98% fat-free, and fully cooked. So you'll be eating right in no time, just like you intended. Tyson grilled and ready chicken.
Attention students, have you found a place to live yet? Don't move into high-rise, high-cost student living. Live somewhere comfortable, affordable, on the bus route, and close to everything you need. It's all at Mad Sky Rentals. 95% of apartments are rented in Fayetteville, so Mad Sky's places are going fast. Call today at 251-9403. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms available. 251-9403 or online in madskyrentals.com.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Chachere's
Makes everything taste great.
Farmington Schools would like to thank Trinity Rehabilitation and Melinda Day for providing athletic training services that keep our Farmington athletes safe and in the game. Trinity has clinics in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Bella Vista. If you need outpatient physical therapy, please contact Trinity at 521-2232. Williams Tractor is a proud supporter of Farmington High School, academics, and athletics, and wishes all Farmington teams a successful season. Williams Tractor carries over 120 different lines of equipment and knows that tradition is as important on the field as it is in serving our customers. Good luck to all competitors and coaches. Williams Tractor would like to thank Farmington and the surrounding communities for their business and is proud to have served our customers since 1973.
Let's face it, the internet has become part of our day-to-day life. You find your news there, you pay your bills there, you do some shopping there, and on the internet with PG Telco, you got a lot of things on your side. First of all, Zing Broadband, moving at the speed of life. And then there's the 110 years of experience you get with PG Telco and a 24-hour repair service guarantee that you may not find elsewhere. So be it your home or your business, PG Telco has you up to speed with Zing Broadband. Connect fast with us. Call 479-846-7200. 479-846-7200. PG Telco, moving at the speed of life.
Farmington Stampede is a proud supporter of Farmington schools and the Farmington community. We look forward to everyone joining the next Stampede.
Go Cards!
Looking for free checking that isn't free of extras? It's as easy as finding your nearest Arvest bank. Our free blue checking comes with lots of features, including free online and mobile banking, and the ability to deposit a check just by taking a picture of it with your smartphone. And since it's from Arvest, you'll have the freedom of more than 240 locations and 7-to-7 banking. You shouldn't have to pay for convenience. Switch to free blue checking from Arvest Bank.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I love the app.
I use it to deposit checks.
Snap the pictures, enter a few things,
And then you just deposit.
It's that easy?
It's that easy?
It's so easy to use, my dad can do it.
What's the most unusual place you've used the mobile app?
On top of a mountain in a snow cave in Vail, Colorado.
While I was waiting in the drive-thru.
The deer woods.
Church.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Farmington Schools is currently seeking both full-time and substitute bus drivers. If you or someone you know has their commercial driver's license or would like more information on getting theirs, please contact Transportation Director Jim Hendricks at 479-267-6023. That's 479-267-6023. Farmington Schools is a better way to drive.
Things are changing in kitchens everywhere.
Tony Chachere's.
People are replacing salt and pepper on everything they eat.
Tony Chachere's.
Oh yeah, no more salt and pepper.
Tony Chachere's.
Tony Chachere's famous Creole seasoning brings out the flavor in all your favorite foods.
Tony Chachere's.
Oh yeah, so put a little Creole in your kitchen. Tony Chachere's makes everything taste great.
In Arkansas, over 600 cars a day illegally pass a school bus, putting lives at risk. So Everett is joining with area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead school bus safety program. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. And report drivers to the police if they don't stop. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Remember, flashing red, kids ahead.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting all of you in Farmington to come see us at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Make the short drive and shop Northwest Arkansas's best selection of new Chevys, like the sporty Chevy Camaro, the rugged Silverado, and the family-friendly Tahoe, completely redesigned for 2015. Experience a better way to buy your new Chevy at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Family-owned, customer-friendly, a proud supporter of the Farmington Cardinals. Go Cards!
Welcome back, Cardinal fans. We are getting set to tip off the 2017-2018 season for the Farmington Cardinals against arch rival Prairie Grove. I'm Brian Dean, alongside tag team partner tonight, Jeff Oxford.
Brian, how you doing, man?
I am doing well, and you, sir?
Oh, hey, I tell you what, anytime you come over, your girls team, great effort there in the girls game. Ended up winning 20-something, but got the running clock going.
Right.
So now I'm curious to see this year's edition of the boys team. And, for the first time, hey, it's not every year a coach gets to come out and say, oh, my gosh, I had the state's leading scorer on my team last year, and he's off at Delta State.
Why would you – never mind. We won't talk about that aspect of moving from Arkansas to Louisiana. But nonetheless, resetting to 2017, 2018, Bo Thompson and company getting set to tip off against Prairie Grove. And you hit the nail on the head when you mentioned the fact that Matt Wilson is now since moved on, and we got a big set of shoes to fill.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like the bunch we got. You know, Montez, Zay, Maxwell, Jacob Gray. You got some kids that are very athletic.
Right.
So it's going to be a fun bunch to watch.
Which one's going to be more entertaining for you? Uncle, younger Jalen Montez, or older nephew Skylar Montez?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Pop's uncle going to put nephew in his place. Don't matter. You can't. Uncle is going to take care of nephew.
I tell you, in that group of guys, I've been doing quite a bit of work with them between their opening intro video for home games, taking some pictures, doing some editing. But getting to know those guys, specifically Jalen and Skylar, even though that the younger one's the uncle, the older one's the nephew, those are two great guys to be around. And during a shoot-around, they like it when I come out there and just drain a three on them.
When you come out there and drain a three?
I come out there and drain a three on them. And I really think that it's because I'm so old that they don't think that I can get it done. But when I throw it up and that dagger goes down, they realize that, yes, a 40-year-old guy can still shoot it 22 feet.
Well, get no comment from me on there. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
little string music, I guess. I don't know.
Well, when I throw one up and Jalen turns around and goes, whoa, that not only went in, but the term, I guess, in today's lingo for these guys is when you hit nothing but nylon, they like to say that was wet.
Wet.
It's kind of like being lit. Never really figured out what does it mean when somebody goes, oh, dude, that was lit. That girls' game was lit.
Montez comes down, controls the jump ball.
Maxwell sets it up for the Cardinals.
Tigers open up in a man-to-man. Coach Edmondson. I know some of these guys he just got from the football field.
Yep. Jalen Montez shoots the first shot of the 2017 season. Comes up a little bit shy.
A little short.
Call that an Aggie swish coming from Texas.
There you go. That's starting to explain a lot now.
The fact that I'm from Texas, or the fact that we call that an Aggie swish?
They're both.
Both? All right.
Maxwell gets the long board. And, Brian, that's what I was talking about in the girls' game. Long shot, long rebounds.
Right.
Zay attacks the elbow. Now he's going to kick it back out to Maxwell.
I'm not too sure about that.
Really don't know about that one.
Skylar Montez looked like he had his feet set for a good screen, and they call that foul on Montez.
That's a tough break.
Here come the Tigers, setting up their offense.
Trying to go inside to Cooper.
Nice rebound, Zay. And a foul on Prairie Grove.
Zay with the rebound. there's a couple things I'm curious to see tonight out of Prairie Grove.
What you got?
First thing is, you got these guys that Friday night was playing football.
Yes, sir.
And football shape and basketball shape is two totally different things.
Yes, sir.
So if this turns into a running match, a couple of those guys are going to struggle. Might not see it in the first half, but you'll start to see it in the second half.
Right.
So I'd say this would have to be, if it gets in a running match, you'd have to say advantage Farmington. Maxwell with the pick.
Hoping there for an and one to get the Cardinals on the board, but Maxwell nonetheless is at the line.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to disallow the basket because Gray come in and grabbed it. So Maxwell will get to shoot two.
First point on the board for the good guys. Maxwell, it's a both. Sorry, Coach.
Maxwell, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Boys, you got the trap on him in the short corner.
Stepped out of bounds. Pridemore with the turnover for the Tigers. Gives the ball back to the Cardinals. Zay throws it into Maxwell. Jacob Gray in the corner, turns it over to the Tigers.
Shot is up and good. Maxwell and Montez picked up his second foul.
Mason Downs checks into the ball game for the Cardinals.
Free throw is up and good. Maxwell walks it across the timeline.
That ball goes out of bounds off the Tigers. Cardinal ball. 3-2 in favor of the Tigers.
One thing you can always count on Steve Edmondson's team is they're going to play hard. Coach Ed, a graduate of Prairie Grove, so he takes this rivalry very serious. And, I was talking to him the other night, and I asked him if he was going to be ready. And he said, said it's the Farmington Prairie Grove game. He said, it really doesn't matter how long you have the football players back. All you got to do is say Farmington Prairie Grove.
That's one of the great things. I mean, met my wife here. She went to school at Prairie Grove in Greenland. My sister-in-law went to school at Prairie Grove in Greenland, played basketball for Prairie Grove and Greenland. Told you earlier about the history of knowing some of the history behind Prairie Grove and Farmington, Prairie Grove and Greenland. My wife and I moved away for 10 years, 11 years if you count the year in Oklahoma that we spent. But now we get to come back, and our oldest daughter is right in the middle of her 8th grade year playing basketball and is enjoying it, but now is going to get to feel what it's like to be a part of this rivalry.
Well, Fayetteville used to have Fayetteville-Springdale.
Correct.
Bentonville used to be Bentonville-Rogers. And now, you've got 2 Bentonville schools,
right,
2 Springdale schools,
2 Rogers schools.
So those rivalries is not as big as they used to be.
Right.
There's consistent rivals in Northwest Arkansas, and when you start looking at consistent rivals, you got to start at Farmington Prairie Grove.
Sure, absolutely. And then, the crowd here tonight is electric. The crowd when Farmington and Prairie Grove played on the football field was electric.
Get Jacob Gray for the moving. No, they didn't call Jacob Gray.
No, they called Mason Downs.
That's 2 times. Cardinals have got 3 fouls. 2 of them have come off moving screens. Maxwell gets his hand on the pass up top. Long three-point shot is up, no good. Zay with the rebound. Cooper knocks it away, but Maxwell comes out with it.
Midway through the first quarter, 6-4 in favor of the Tigers. Downs goes up for a three. It's off the front of the rim. Here comes the Tigers.
Shot is up and good.
That's DJ Pearson for the Tigers. Timeout, Cardinals.
Coach Thompson wants a timeout with the Redbirds down 8-4. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Sometimes the things we want to do aren't quite the things we end up doing. But with Tyson grilled and ready chicken breast fillets, you can make eating right a promise to yourself you actually keep. No preservatives, 98% fat-free, and fully cooked. So you'll be eating right in no time, just like you intended. Tyson grilled and ready chicken.
Attention students, have you found a place to live yet? Don't move into high-rise, high-cost.
We're back, Cardinal fans. 3:57 left to go in the first quarter. 8-4 in favor of the Tigers. Cardinals bringing the ball up the court. Maxwell with it. Cardinals set up the offense.
And Brian, the Cardinals have got some good shots. They just hadn't fell.
Right.
Maxwell gets all the way in the lane. That shot, it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Prairie Grove's ball.
Crowd wanted to walk, but it was right in front of them. Why they scream walk when it was a jump ball, I don't know. During that timeout, Jeff, both sides of the crowds were getting after it.
I like it.
I mean, must only mean one thing when you got crowds like that. One, two things. One, it's start of basketball season. Two, you got a rivalry game, and both sides know it.
Shot is up, no good. Redbirds come down with the rebound. Jacob Gray all the way, nice spin move, shot up, no good. Going to be a jump ball again.
Should be.
Be Cardinal ball.
Nice job there by Mason Downs going up for that rebound. Cardinal ball underneath. 3:04 left to go in the first quarter. Still 8-4 Tigers.
Three-point shot. Nice shot.
Eight, 7 Tigers.
This is a nice looking shot. Caught the ball, kept it up. Wide open, nothing but net.
Mason Downs going to be caught with his second foul. Tell you what it looked like, especially on that play there. Prairie Grove had the ball up top. We're set up in our 3-2 defense with Zay in the middle. They pump fake that ball to the wing, and Zay clears out, opens up the middle of the lane. They get the entry pass down low, and Downs hits the pass.
Well,
Zay
Brian,
holds the spot, and we're in good shape.
The truth of, boy, they could have called us right there. You know, Zay just handed the ball to Maxwell, but the truth of the matter, the one thing about a zone defense is the front, you're real active.
Right.
But if you play the back, you've really got to have that mindset that you can't get complacent.
Right.
And it's real easy to do if you're on the back too. Johnson took it all the way to the rack, and his shot was no good.
Riley Rhodes checks into the ball game for the Tigers. Tigers ball underneath the basket.
9-7 Tigers. Long three-point shot, no good. Jacob Gray battling for the boards. Zay going to try to get inside, kicks it back out. There's a double dribble. He sure did.
Jalen Montez checks back into the ball game, replacing Mason Downs.
So Prairie Grove's going to take a timeout with $1:50 left to go in the first quarter. And Brian, now you've played, what, 6 minutes, 10 seconds. So realistically, this is your first game of the year. You're going against your rivalry. Any nerves you have, and there is such a thing as being too hyped up for a game.
Absolutely.
And usually it takes 4 or 5 minutes for that to calm down. You know what we've seen so far is Farmington's got some good looks,
right?
But they need to trust the offense, trust Coach Thompson, and we may be looking to attack that basket a little quicker than what we should so far.
Yeah, I think so. And the other thing is you know as well as I do that Coach Thompson likes to play up and down the court very quickly. Prairie Grove seems to want to match that as well as slow it down at times, and they're picking and choosing how fast they're going to play or how slow they're going to play. And I think that may throw off our rhythm just a little bit in the, not necessarily the return game, but the get-back game as far as going from defense, switching over to offense very quickly.
Well, you know, last year it was no secret in the building who was going to take a shot.
Right.
You know, and that's what I was real curious about tonight. Who is going to step up and be that person that the team looks at that says, we need a bucket, this is the person we're going to.
See how they call this one.
They're going to say it's Prairie Grove's ball. I don't, you know. I'm pretty sure that we would go for the rebound and throw it out of bounds.
Right, exactly right.
Johnson is going to back it back out.
Cardinal basketball.
One thing I know that Bo's probably have a little talk about is we're getting to the rack awful easy on the defensive end.
Right.
Got to cut down them lanes. Maxwell going to reset. Cardinals continue the motion offense. Tigers stay in their man-to-man. Anthony Johnson with the steal. All the way to the basket, and that shot is up, no good.
Pridemore inside. Off the front and back of the rim. Zay with a rebound. 42 seconds remaining. First quarter. Here's Killian again for three.
Shot is good.
He's hit back-to-back threes there. Brings the Cardinals ahead 10-9. Closing in on the end of the first quarter.
25 seconds left. Zay picks up the foul. That'll be the 16th foul, first personal foul. Be Tiger ball on the baseline. Things getting a little chirpy.
Mason Downs checking in for Zay.
Nice shot off the window. Cardinals trail by 1 as Maxwell comes across the timeline.
Jump ball called in favor of the Tigers. 1.4 left to go in the first quarter.
It's about the third time tonight we've lost the handle on the ball. Shot from 60, 70 feet, no good. So at the end of 1, Tigers lead the good guys 11-10. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
student living. Live somewhere comfortable, affordable, on the bus route, and close to everything you need. It's all at Mad Sky Rentals. 95% of apartments are rented in Fayetteville, so Mad Sky's places are going fast. Call today at 251-9403. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms available. 251-9403 or online in madskyrentals.com.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures.
And we're back. Cardinal fans, start of the second quarter. Cardinals are down by just one, 11-10. Prairie Grove High School, I'm Brian Dean. This is Jeff Oxford. Almost did it again.
I'm telling you right now, we lost that quarter and I'm hacked. I believe there must have been some bad officiating. There's no reason that we should be behind. That's a block. That's a block. You cannot force him out of bounds.
Wow.
I don't have a problem with that no call if you don't call moving screens.
Right.
If you're going to pick and you're going to call a screen, then you cannot let them force you out of bounds and not call that. Shot is up and good.
Pridemore. 13-10, favor of the Tigers. Killian up top, swings it over to Montez.
Maxwell, long three, shot up, no good.
Oh, nice job there by Zay. Unfortunately, was not able to corral that rebound in. Nice job, Jalen Montez.
Montez picked up the deflected ball but couldn't stay in bounds. Redbirds come out of the break and go to a man. Waggles checked in. I'll tell you what, Cardinals caught some tough breaks tonight. Been some balls go out of bounds off shots. And most of them, a majority of them, has gone to Prairie Grove.
Yep. A little bit of home cooking, would you say?
I'm just saying long shots, long rebounds.
Right.
(15-10). Tigers with two quick baskets here to start the quarter. Maxwell with the head fake, going to get in the lane. Shot up, no good. Long three-point shot, no good. Tigers with another rebound. So Tigers open up a 7-point lead, and Brian, they tried to get Jacob Gray a little rest there. Whenever you take him out of the game, opens up the boards.
That it does. He's got great size and knows how to motor down low, that's for sure. And I tell you, we need to find an answer for Pridemore. He is Pridemore and Johnson down low on Prairie Grove's side is right now taking it to us.
One thing that I'm sure that if they could go at halftime and look at the film and watch the film and break down the film, one thing would be quite evident is so far in the first 10 minutes of this ball game, Farmington's hadn't had an answer for stopping the drive.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you're in a zone or you're a man-to-man. You've got to stop the drive. You always start your defense at the basket, work it out.
Right.
You know, and so I can see why Coach went to the man-to-man during the break, is try to break up where you got those zone. Against the zone, you've got gaps.
Right.
Man-to-man, if you follow the man-to-man rules where one pass away, you're up on the man hand in the passing lane. 2 passes away, you're off on help side. So,
right.
you know, theoretically, man-to-man should be easier to stop a drive to the basket. Maybe not for the man guarding, but you always got help side. Right now, Redbird's just a little slow on that adjustment.
Right. Xavier Staten at the line, shooting 2. First one was good. Second shot's up. It's good as well.
Maybe that's what Zay needed to get it started.
Ended a 6-0 run in favor of the Tigers.
And there you go. You get the hook.
There it is. Yep.
Good job there by Jacob. I'll tell you what now. Cooper picks up the foul. That's a great move. You don't see it much at the high school level. Use old chicken wing to hook the defender.
Right.
You know, official was on top of it. Inside to Montez. Montez shot is up and good.
That's Zay. Xavier Staten.
I'm sorry, it was Zay, wasn't it?
It sure was. Nice job with the entry pass, and Zay completing the. Oh, there was the carry.
That was good defense out top. Couple opportunities for him to blow the whistle. Cardinals get the rebound, and here comes Maxwell. Jacob Gray in the corner. Staten needs to go back to work.
Maxwell got poked in the eye. Killian for 3 off the front of the rim.
I think Maxwell lost his contact.
Could very well be. There was
Coach Thompson is upset.
Yeah, and rightfully so. You've got an injured player who's been poked in the eye, lost contact. He's obviously hurting to some degree. He's bent over at half court. They let him play on, which, granted, they're supposed to. But once we get the ball, you're supposed to dead ball. Instead, they were going to let him play on.
Well, you know, usually what you see in basketball is if you got the injury and you've got the ball, they're going to blow the whistle. If the opposing team has the ball, they're going to let that play out before they stop the game. But what Coach Thompson was upset about is we still have possession of the ball, and they didn't blow the whistle.
Right.
So Jacob Gray with a power move inside, shot won't fall. So 17-14 Tigers. Anthony Johnson's shot out top will not fall. Zay's going to bring it across the timeline.
Zay to Killian for 3.
Shot no good. Good rebound, Zay. Zay lost the handle going up. There is going to be a block. And Coach Edmondson is fired up. We've got an injured Tiger. We're going to take him to the locker room. I don't know if we got a bloody nose, bloody lip. But either way, Redbird goes to the line. And Coach Edmondson is still letting them have it.
Montez good on his first one. Mason Downs checks in to the ball game, replacing Kate Killian.
Well, Coach Ed, he's upset because he just got called for a hut down here. He wants the same call against us. I thought they made the right call. Jacob Gray follows up the missed rebound. The shot won't go. Maxwell checks back in. Cardinals staying in their man-to-man.
Wow.
It's kind of a touch foul.
That very well is. Zay picks up his second. Now I'm not too sure what is worse. Calling the touch fouls or not calling the hard ones?
Well, the ones that go against us, that's worse.
Pridemore with a nice dish there. Nice hustle by Maxwell.
Tried to go for the lob to Gray. Good defense there by the Tigers.
Gray inside, battling on the boards, puts it up for two, tie ball game.
Jacob Gray working hard on the boards. Timeout, Prairie Grove.
We talked about it a while ago when Prairie Grove went out on that 6-0 run and Zay came down, hit 2 free throws. We were down by 7 at that point in time, and now Zay hits those 2 free throws, and bang, we're right back in it on a 7-0 run ourselves. 17-7, 238 left to go in the first half.
It's been a very sloppy game, but it's kind of what you expect for the first game of the year.
Correct.
You know, but one thing that has not been lacking is intensity and emotion.
That is correct. And not only from the player side, but the fan side, you can tell that this is a border town rivalry. That's what makes high school sports great, is when you have a rivalry like this, no matter what sport. We saw it during football season when Prairie Grove came to Farmington. Crowds showed up like there was no tomorrow. Now we're in it in the basketball season, and the crowd's here, the crowd's into it, players are into it, exciting time.
Well, I got news for you, Brian. You go to a baseball game, you'll see it there. You go to a softball game, Farmington plays Prairie Grove, you'll see it there.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. Volleyball doesn't matter.
Maxwell with the steal. And we just did the same thing not a minute and 15 seconds ago, and we got called for a foul, but yet Prairie Grove doesn't.
Happened right over here in front of the Farmington fans, and they're letting that official know it.
Absolutely.
Just be consistent, boys. That's all they ask. If you're going to call it bad both ways. You're going to call it good both ways. That's no way. That is so wrong. He shoved him.
Mason Downs called for that one. He picks up his second.
That's a tough break.
That it is.
(17-17). You want to call a hand check.
They called that one on Killian. I thought it was Valenzuela.
Shot is up, bounces around, and drops in. If this officiating gets much more, Brian, you're going to have to go solo.
Well,
I'm going to have to move down.
Before you get has there ever been a technical foul called on a broadcast team?
No, but we've went to timeout so we could yell at them.
We did that in football a couple of times, and I believe that thanks to you yelling at them, along with Coach Harper, who just walked behind us, in one game, and I forget who it was, but might have been Clarksville playing at home. You guys went down, started screaming at him, and we started getting some calls.
That's right.
Killian picks up his second.
Another moving screen. That's a moving screen right there. There you go.
Maybe they picked up the consistency thing.
Apparently, a moving screen was a point of emphasis this year in the offseason for the basketball officials.
As long as they're consistent with it, we're okay with it, especially if it goes against the other team.
The problem is it's high school basketball.
Right.
At some points, you got to let them play, and you got to let them be physical. Now, see, there's a hand check right there.
Nice pass. Inside, Jacob Gray does a nice job corralling that one. Maxwell resets the offense up top. Valenzuela for a three. 20-19, closing out the second quarter. 54 seconds left to go. Cardinals up by 1. Nice job by Maxwell on that steal. Taking it in. Oh, Mason Downs clean. Well, spoke too soon.
Maxwell missed the layup and then committed the foul.
I thought for sure Prairie Grove was going to get called for that one on number 11, but it goes against us.
Truth of the matter, you missed 2 point blank.
Yep. DJ Pearson at the line for the Tigers. Ties the ball game at 20 apiece. 40.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Tigers up by 1. Cardinals with the basketball.
Cardinals bringing it across the timeline, working against the man-to-man defense. Maxwell backs it back out. $15 seconds. Shot is up, no good. So, Brian, we're going to go to halftime, 21-20. Tigers ahead. We're going to take a quick break, and then I think we have Coach Jay coming up to join us.
Excellent.
Music and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Chachere's
Makes everything taste great.
Farmington Schools would like to thank Trinity Rehabilitation and Melinda Day for providing athletic training services that keep our Farmington athletes safe and in the game. Trinity has clinics in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Bella Vista. If you need outpatient physical therapy, please contact Trinity at 521-2232. Williams Tractor is a proud supporter of Farmington High School, academics, and athletics, and wishes all Farmington teams a successful season. Williams Tractor carries over 120 different lines of equipment and knows that tradition is as important on the field as it is in serving our customers. Good luck to all competitors and coaches. Williams Tractor would like to thank Farmington and the surrounding communities for their business and is proud to have served our customers since 1973.
Let's face it, the internet has become part of our day-to-day life. You find your...
We're back, Cardinal fans. Jeff Oxford, Brian Dean, Tiger House, Prairie Grove Tiger Arena, Court, whatever you want to call it, hosting the Farmington Cardinals. And joining us now, Jeff, is Lady Cardinal basketball coach Brad Johnson.
Oh, man, let me tell you, Coach Jay got the easiest job in Northwest Arkansas.
If you or I had the bench that he's got and the team that he's got, We'd be in the same shoes.
You know what? This is the one thing I'd be sure. If I was Coach Jay, I'd be sure that the managers have me a recliner over there where I can just sit back, and the manager would have to go get me a popcorn and a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you're pretty right about that, Jeff. I just try not to mess them up. You know, you just get them here, make sure everybody's got their shoes and their uniform, and then I try to stay out of their way and let them play.
My question is which one brings the Vans?
That's a secret. We can't tell you. Can't tell you. Hey, Coach, I know you had your benefit game. I know one thing that was kind of that you and I talked about after the benefit game was free throw shooting.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of the press offense. Now, we didn't really have to see any of the press offense tonight. No. But for a first game, regular game, go across town lines, city limit lines over to your big rival.
Yeah.
You got to be pretty pleased with the performance tonight.
Real pleased. Defensively, I thought we played outstanding in a lot of different fronts. You know, our zone looked good tonight. We probably, and I don't want to jinx it, but we probably looked further along in our zone and the way that we attacked outside shoulders and the way we rebounded out of it. We're further along typically than what we would be at this time of the year. And so we looked really good out of that. I thought it keyed transition a bunch. You know, I thought that our kids were very disciplined in being where they were supposed to be. You know, and they did get some shots, but they were. I felt like we were forcing them to rush shots. We were challenging those shots and doing it without getting out of position. So I was really pleased with that. And obviously when you shoot it as well as we did early, you get out on an 18-0 run and start the game. It calms nerves and all the things that sometimes go with rivalries and the gravity of this game, because it's such a great rivalry. I mean, it's the best rivalry in Northwest Arkansas, and it's easy to get stove up a little bit as a player and as a coach. And we were able to kind of be calm right out the gate, hit some shots, and very pleased.
We talked about that defense a little bit during your game. Not only seeing it as a 3-2 front, but then you extend it out. And then we talked about from the offensive side, the offensive perspective. When you go into a basketball practice, normally a coach will say, all right, here's where we're going to set up the offense. Here's how we're going to run it. Just outside the key, post players go here, wings go here, point guard starts here, we move here. But then you get into a game, and you've got all of a sudden 3 Farmington Cardinals sitting, quite honestly, 35 feet out.
Yeah.
And you got to start. I mean, the wings are now further out from the three-point line. The point guard, half the time, was calling plays from half court.
Yeah, what will happen if you do it right and things get to going the way you want is they begin to have to start their offense at about 35 feet. So everything has to play up and over. Every pass is longer, slower. And again, you got to play on the fly of the ball, and kids have to be very disciplined to do that. And I thought they moved as a unit tonight. We did a really good job of touching a lot of basketballs, kicking a lot of things loose, and then converting that stuff from defense to offense to points. And when you're playing like that, boy, it's a lot of fun. And it's Jeff and I have talked about this a bunch. For us, this is like our change-up. You know, we work so much on man-to-man defense, and Jeff knows I love man-to-man, and we spend a lot of time on it. But when you work hard on man and you kind of teach it one way, and then you have the ability to run this 30, and it is a change-up because it's awkward. Angles are weird. We just feel like that for us, it gives us a little bit of an advantage, and it's something that as an opposing coach, you've got to prepare for. You know, whether we use it or not, you need to probably spend 10 or 15 minutes on it. And if you're using practice time for it, then obviously I think that helps us. So.
And Coach, you talk about that, and the truth of the matter is, as an opposing coach, you got 2 days to prepare.
Yes.
And so every team has something that they do well. You know, whether on defense, whether it's a 2-1-2 or a man-to-man. But when you find a team that can stick you man-to-man and then come out and throw that 3-2 on, and the one thing that your 3-2 does very successfully is you basically cut away all post passing.
Yes.
And so now you're defending basically the outside 20 feet around on the offensive end, and it's very hard to come up with offensive plays to do that. One thing I want you to talk about, though, Cameron Jernigan, I thought played. I know you said on the last game may have been her most complete game, but from up here watching tonight, it may have been the best I've ever seen her play.
Outstanding. You know, she's playing with a lot of confidence right now. She does so many things well. You know, I've said this before about Cam. She's like a Swiss Army knife. Like you can just use her for a whole bunch of different things. She can play the point. We can stick her in the post her up. She can play out on the wing. She can guard a lot of different positions, and we do ask her to do that. But she's heady, and she looks the part of a seasoned veteran senior right now, and very, very pleased with what she's doing. She's just playing with so much confidence, and she's very efficient right now.
When you go look at the film, there's a lot of good things that you're going to see. But if you watch the first 3 minutes of the ball game, you'll see a couple block shots, 4 defensive rebounds, plus I think a big 3.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I thought your girls did a great job getting out in transition. And I told Brian before the game that the one thing that really excites me about this team is you'll see them make that extra pass.
Yep.
You might see them come down and pull up from 22.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised if you see one pass up a 6-footer to hit Pence wide open for 21.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and you start to see that. And as opposing teams see those films, there's going to be some coaches that are going to have some sleepless nights.
I would think so, and our kids are very unselfish. You know, at the end of the day, they don't care about stats. The only stat that really matters is the total points and whether or not you won. And so when you get to that point, you know, it's a lot of fun to coach. And from my side of things, we are pretty versatile. We've got kids that are selfless. They're not worried about their individual stuff, and they're willing to share the basketball because they know that that's for the greater good of the basketball team. And you don't know who's going to get hot. You know, Madison Pence, what'd she have, 21 tonight? Hit a bunch of big threes. Cameron played well. I thought, you know, Joelle Tidwell, Audrey Culpepper, and Alexis Roach really got big and touched a lot of things, you know, whether it be tapping balls loose, getting rebounds, blocking shots. That length that they bring to the table and the athleticism, really good. Got good minutes out of our bench tonight, just, you know, coming in and again, making plays. And, you know, how about the elephant in the room?
Hey, I wasn't going to say nothing, but how many teams, when you mentioned good points from the bench, I'm thinking, how many teams in Northwest Arkansas would love to have McKenna Van Zandt coming off the bench?
Yeah,
You are the Lou Holtz of high school basketball. You know, Lou Holtz, they never play. That kid's out for the season. Yeah, and all of a sudden they come out to warm up, and I see McKenna warming up, and I made the comment to Brian. I said, she's warming up like she's going to play.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that you never question about McKenna Van Zandt, well, really two things. One is her toughness, but her commitment to herself as far as improving the game and to her team. And we probably knew about 2 weeks ago that there was a chance that this would happen. She's done an outstanding job, Jeff, of just doing extra work to get herself back because she thinks that's what the team needs. It's never been about McKenna. When really it probably should be about McKenna, but
right.
But it's not ever been about that. And she's been very, very systematic with coming back. And I told her we solidified it yesterday that she would get minutes, and you know, she played well.
You may not have been able to see it. I'm sure you couldn't see what we could see from here. But when McKenna checked into the game, you could see our side stand. But what you couldn't see was the reaction from the Prairie Girl fans.
Yeah. You know, these two communities, Jeff, we battle, and you put us on the floor, and we're going to grind each other out and really work hard. But the one thing that's really impressed me about this is when you get us away from the rivalry, these two towns function as a family.
Yep.
And when we hurt, they hurt, and vice versa. And I can't say enough about the class that Prairie Grove as a team and as a community has been through this whole ordeal for McKenna and her family and for our team. It's been very, very special.
Well,
I can't ever thank them enough
Coach
for that.
Froud sent me up a Diet Dr. Pepper. Now, I don't know if he thinks I like Diet Dr. Pepper or if he thinks I should be drinking Diet Dr. Pepper.
I'm not going to say one way or the other. You know, I'll let him explain that to you later.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know tomorrow night gets a little tougher.
Does, yes.
You know, Coach Berry's been coaching for 638 years.
Yeah.
I know we'll have Huntsville fired up and ready to go.
And he will. Tough place to play, too.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Anytime you go to the Eagle Nest, it's pretty tough.
It's tough, yeah.
Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
Start of the second quarter, Maxwell ends up stealing a ball from the Tigers, takes it to the rim, gets hacked on his way up, now shooting 2 baskets. First one was short. 21-20 in favor of the Tigers. Start of the second half, 7:42 left to go. Maxwell's good on his second one. Tie ball game.
I don't have a schedule, so I don't know. I'll try to
one thing about it, it's always a good time when we can sit here and talk about basketball, we can sit here and talk about sports, but it's always a good time too when you find that window open and you can just poke somebody right in the rib.
Oh, did you just get me?
No, I
Okay.
heard you getting somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Coach Jay, he dropped the ball on me again.
Hey, if you need it scheduled, Jeff, I could text it to you. Valenzuela goes up for a layup, and the ball gets knocked loose out of bounds in favor of the Tigers.
Another missed layup for the Redbirds.
That's 2 to start the second half. Good news is on the first one we got fouled. Long three, hits the bottom of the net. PJ Pearson puts the Tigers up by 3.
Montez kind of looking to get started. Spent a lot of the first half on the bench in foul trouble. Montez needs help as he picks up his dribble. Maxwell comes and bails him out. Oh, yeah, Jacob Gray breaking down the lane. Montez for 3, shot up, no good. 2 Cardinals bang into each other going for the rebound.
Cooper resets the offense, kicks it back out to Pearson.
Zay controls the board. See if the Cardinal offense can get anything going. Cardinals slowing it down. Zay working hard against Cooper.
Zay up and in.
Good.
It's a good offensive possession right there. Slow it down, take your time, feed the big guy inside. Nice job on Zay on the defensive side, teaming up with Valenzuela. How is that not a hand check? Nice job by Montez, saving that ball from backcourt. Zay unable to complete the
tough break here for the Redbirds. Maxwell
Nice
pokes
job.
it away. And he's going to have a layup. Shot's good.
25-24 Cardinals.
.450 left to go in the third quarter. Cardinals in their 3-2. Brian, the game is slowed way down.
Yes, it has.
It's almost like Farmington is going to dare them to beat them with their outside shot.
Now's the time in high school basketball that I wish they had a shot clock.
See, now that's a touch foul.
Yep. Montez picks up his third. Team's second of the second half.
Shot is up, no good. Tiger threw it off Maxwell, so it'll be Tiger ball.
Cooper throws that one away for the Tigers. Turnover to the Cardinals, looking to extend their lead from 1 to at least 3, possibly 4.
4. We want to go to 5.
That would be awesome to see, a 4-point play right here.
Montez tried to go baseline.
Zay for three in the corner. It's good.
And Brian, Zay's a good shooter.
That he is.
When Zay gets going and his confidence is up, it's not uncommon for him to rattle 2 or 3 of them off.
We can use him right here. Back-to-back trips without a Tiger basket. Pearson for three off the backside of the rim. Layup off the backside of the rim. Block shot by Montez. Corralled by the Tigers. Another three off the back of the rim for the Tigers.
Long shots, long rebounds.
Tigers doing a nice job on the offensive boards. Maxwell is going to pick up another one. Maxwell picks up his second personal, team's third. Checking into the ball game for the Cardinals is Jalen Montez and Mason Downs.
Coach Edmondson from Prairie Grove is going to call a timeout. So with 3:03 left to go in the third quarter, Redbirds up by 4, 28-24. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
News there, you pay your bills there, you do some shopping there, and on the internet with PG Telco, you got a lot of things on your side. First of all, Zing Broadband, moving at the speed of light. And then there's the 110 years of experience you get with PG Telco and a 24-hour repair service guarantee that you may not find elsewhere. So be it your home or your business, PG Telco has you up to speed with Zing Broadband. Connect fast with us. Call 479-846-7200. 479-846-7200. PG Telco, moving at the speed of life.
Farmington Stampede is a proud supporter of Farmington schools and the Farmington community. We look forward to everyone joining the next Stampede.
Go Cards!
Looking for free checking that isn't free of extras? It's as easy as finding your new...
All right, Cardinal fans, we're back. Brian, the Redbirds have opened up, got them a 4-point lead here with 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
Looks like the halftime adjustment so far has paid off for the Redbirds, and one of them may have been just we were playing too fast and we may need to slow it down a little bit.
Shot is up and good.
28-26 in favor of the good guys.
Pridemore's got 12. Tigers with a steal.
DJ Pearson for his second three. He's got 13 for the Tigers, puts them up by 1. Montez looking to answer, drives inside, kicks it out to Maxwell. Maxwell at the top of the key, resets the offense. Montez for 3. Nice job by Zay, nice hustle. Keep that ball alive for the Cardinals. Maxwell drives inside and 1.
Maxwell with a strong take right there. I don't know, from where I stand, I don't know how he got the ball up.
I'm not exactly sure either. But that play was started off that rebound, off the three-point shot by Montez. Zay hustling for the board, kicks it out for the Cardinals. Maxwell takes the ball inside and completes a layup.
1:55 to go in the third quarter. Redbirds up 1, 30-29.
Cooper with a nice feed inside. Off the back of the rim for the Tigers. Maxwell on the break.
Going to get Maxwell with the charge.
That's going to be his third. You agree with that one?
Nope.
I thought the defensive player was inside the arc, if there was one in high school basketball. I thought between that and I'm not too sure that his feet were set. Cardinals on defense. Tigers with the ball, down 1.
Cardinals 3-2 defense, trapping in the corners.
Pridemore inside again. We need an answer from Pridemore. He's up to 14. Zay for three. Off the back end of the rim.
1 minute.
31-30 Tigers.
Cardinals on a run out. Tigers stay in the man-to-man. Jacob Gray working on hard inside.
Killian passes it to Zay. Zay to the inside. Bucket puts the Cardinals up by one, 32-31 with 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Tigers going to hold for a last shot here. It's down to 8.
Zay standing straight up. 44 goes up with the loose leg, and they call the foul on Zay.
That's what you call bailing them out.
Zay picks up his third, team's fifth. Waggle checks back into the ball game, replacing Zay. 3 seconds to go. 32-31, favor of the good guys. Outlet, chunk it. Jacob Gray with a 90-footer.
Shot is no good. So Redbirds going to look 32-31. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Nearest Arvest Bank. Our free Blue checking comes with lots of features, including free online and mobile banking, and the ability to deposit a check just by taking a picture of it with your smartphone. And since it's from Arvest, you'll have the freedom of more than 240 locations and 7-to-7 banking. You shouldn't have to pay for convenience. Switch to free Blue checking from Arvest Bank.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I love the app.
I use it to deposit checks.
Snap the pictures, enter a few things,
And then you just deposit.
It's that easy?
It's that easy?
It's so easy to use, my dad can do it.
What's the most unusual place you've used the mobile app?
On top of a mountain in a snow cave in Vail, Colorado.
While I was waiting in the drive-thru.
The Deer Woods.
Church.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Farmington Schools is currently seeking both full-time and substitute bus drivers. If you or someone you know has their commercial driver's license or would like more information on getting theirs, please contact Transportation Director Jim Hendricks at 479-267-6023. That's 479-267-6023. Farmington Schools is a better way to drive.
We're back, Cardinal fans. Start of the fourth quarter, Prairie Grove High School. Start of the 2017-2018 basketball season. Bo Thompson and the Cardinals on the court, up 32-31.
Well, I tell you one thing, Coach, you got to be concerned about the foul count that quarter. 5 against the Cardinals and 2 against the Tigers. So watch in this quarter as free throws could become an important part of this ball game. Cardinals going to inbound it.
Valenzuela for 3. It's good. That's his second of the night.
35-31. Cardinals played the whole third quarter in a 3-2 zone. Now they're going to come out in a man. Which, as a coach, that's just got to aggravate you. You spend the whole timeout talking about the way you're going to attack that 3-2 zone.
Right.
And then you come out and they're in the man.
Right. Cooper up top for the Tigers. Hands the ball off to Pridemore. Tigers slowing it down along with the Cardinals.
6:40. Go inside. That's about 15 seconds in the lane, son.
Finally, it gets called.
There he gets called.
Turnover, Tigers to the Cardinals, up 4. 6:36 left to go in the ballgame.
That is not a new rule. 3 seconds is 3 seconds, even if you're in Texas.
Exactly right.
Maxwell walks it across the timeline.
Kicks it over to Valenzuela. Short. Prairie Grove's fans are letting them have it. Their student section right underneath Prairie Grove's basket.
Good pass from Cooper. Cardinals up 2. Montez, head fake. Going to go all the way in and draw the foul.
They're going to call that before the shot. We've been saying Pridemore all night, and apparently it's Pridmore.
The young man's had a great ball game.
Yes, he has.
Go inside to Jacob Gray, and that's a good job by Jacob. Jacob attacked the basket and it's a triple team and draws the foul.
That's one as a coach that you'd like to sit there and holler, go up strong. Jacob did. He went up strong. Paid the price for it a little bit, but he's shooting 2. Putting the Cardinals up by 3 now. Looking to extend the lead to 4. 5:50 left to go. Jeff Oxford, Brian Dean from Prairie Grove Tiger State Arena. Start of the 2017 basketball season. Gray puts us up 4.
37-33 as the Tigers walking across the timeline. Cardinals switching on screens in this man-to-man. It's a tough break.
Little bit of a hip check and they call it.
Problem I have with that is when he makes the corner on the screen is he automatically starts leaning into you.
Right.
So at some point you got to, there's got to be some space somewhere.
Right. Pridmore off the front of the rim. Cooper keeps it alive for the Tigers.
Picked up by Jacob Gray. Shot's no good. Zay with the rebound.
I think he got away with a little bit of a walk. Zay for 3.
Shot is good.
Puts the Cardinals up by 7, 40-30 with 5 minutes left to go, and there's a nice play by Maxwell.
Cardinals turning the pace up a little bit now. Maxwell, long three-point shot, no good. Maxwell with a steal.
Got a timeout, Cardinals. Coach Thompson takes a full timeout with 4:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cardinals up.
Things are changing in kitchens.
In the second half.
Well, Brian, it's one of them things that this game, even though it's a rivalry game, it's a game of runs.
Right.
And, Prairie Grove, Farmington built the lead. Prairie Grove made a run and actually, I think, took the lead back. And here in the fourth quarter, the Cardinals have done some good things on defense, hit a couple of long shots. One thing I've noticed is going to that man-to-man has kind of picked up our pace, not only on the defensive end, but also the offensive end.
Right. We talked about halftime. Going into halftime, we talked about the halftime adjustments a little bit. Seems like the Cardinals have made them. Unfortunately, not so much on the Razorback football team when they went into halftime. A lot of times people say we made them
why
wrong.
You got to be like that? Why you got to be like that?
Well, as an alumni, looking back from it,
you can't be doing that. You don't be dogging the Hawks.
Oh, I'm not dogging them. I just wish that they would have made a little more halftime adjustments at times. Could have pulled out a couple more victories.
Yeah.
I'm a Razorback through and through. Spent my time there from 95 to 2000. We've had this discussion. So thinking about that, not to take away from this ball game, but what's your guess on the new head hog?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm sitting there today, my phone rings, and it's the U of A. And they're calling me and they're asking me my opinion.
Yep.
So I gave them a short list.
Zay
Maxwell with a rebound.
Maxwell, nice job.
I gave them a short list, and on that short list, I said, Gus Malzahn.
Okay.
Because anybody that can make Alabama look awful, like they did on Saturday, I'm a huge fan of.
Right.
The second one is, of course, this will make a lot of people mad because I kind of like Mike Leach.
Okay.
I mean, the dude going through his whole life thinking he's a pirate. You know, so you got to have major props for a guy like that.
Sure.
And then I kind of like Gundy at Oklahoma State, but that's just me. So,
you bring up Gundy, and if I was looking at those three names, I think all three of them would be a good fit for the Razorbacks. The one that I would think would be more of an outside chance, and I don't see any way that he would leave Stillwater, would be Gundy. I think we have a better chance getting the other two than we do Gundy.
Well, here's the deal. You know, Gundy is no different than Malzahn. He's one game away from being on the hot seat every year.
True.
You know, and when you got a booster by the name of Boone Pickens, who has donated millions of dollars, and all he has to do is say, hey, it's time to make a change.
Right.
And, you know, so Prairie Grove with a long three cuts it to 4. 3:30 left to go in the ball game. Maxwell's picked up his dribble, gets it to Montez. A lot of foot spinning there.
Yes, it was. Pridmore picks up another foul. His second foul, team's 5th of the second half. So, what's your thoughts on Norville from Memphis?
I like him. You know, I mean, he's obviously he's doing something right. I mean, he's had a great year at Memphis. I believe they're playing in the conference championship this weekend. You know, he's got Arkansas ties. Great player from UCA. You know, he's a young coach.
Zay turns the ball over with 3:17 left to go. Cardinals up by 4.
Now, I will tell you this. They called me and asked me what I thought about Brad Blue as athletic director.
And your response?
I told him that we would pay part of his salary.
Cooper takes a 3. Airballs it out of bounds. The bird cage is letting him have it just like the Tigers. I don't know what they call their little student section down there, but Cardinals up by 4 with 3 minutes left to go.
Montez. Redbirds working against the man-to-man. Montez up.
Nice hesitation by Montez. Thought he was going to get the and one. Ball glances off the front of the rim.
Well, Brian, like I said earlier in the start of the fourth quarter, you know, it looks like free throw is going to be an important part of this ball game.
Yes, sir. Montez is good on his first one. Pridmore takes up his 3rd. Pearson checks back into the ball game for the Tigers.
Two for Skyler. Redbirds staying in their man-to-man. Good help. Good job by Zay with the block.
Cardinals keep the ball. Deflected out of bounds off of the Tigers. Just about a week and a half ago, Jeff, as we were seeing Skylar Montez drain both of his free throws there, and we mentioned how pivotal free throws could be coming down the wire this game. Montez had a bum wrist. He's not sure exactly what happened. as Zay takes that one and dunks it home, bringing the Cardinal fans to life and the Cardinal bench.
Zay straight down the lane with authority.
There's a strip by Maxwell. Gathered by the Tigers on the floor. Loose ball. Maxwell over to Skylar Montez. Montez takes the foul. That was a head blow. We got a Tiger down, hurt on the court. I hate to see that. That's DJ Pearson down.
So Montez will go to the free throw line. We got an injured Tiger down. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Everywhere.
Tony's Sasheries.
People are replacing salt and pepper on everything they eat.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, no more salt and pepper.
Tony's Sasheries.
Tony's Sasheries, famous Creole seasoning, brings out the flavor in all your favorite foods.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, so put a little Creole in your kitchen. Tony's Sasheries makes everything taste great.
In Arkansas, over 600 cars a day illegally pass a school bus, putting lives at risk. So Everett is joining with area schools to promote the flashing red Kids Ahead school bus safety program. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. And report drivers to the police if they don't stop.
We're back, Cardinal fans. Hate to see a player go down. Luckily,
well, Brian, it looked like he was cramping up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what they were over here stretching his legs. First thing I thought was it's either a turn ankle or a hurt knee. So, you know, cramps a little easier to come back from. So,
Montez at the line, good for the first one. Puts the Cardinals up by 9. Minute 54 left to go. Jeff Oxford, Brian Dean from Tigers Arena. Montez 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter on free throws. Put the Cardinals up by 10. Out of bounds off the Tigers.
So $1:44 left, and the Redbird. Looks like the Redbirds are going to get out of here with a W. And this score nowhere reflects the way this game has been.
Absolutely not. Oh, nice entry pass. Gray unable to handle it. Tigers on a clear out. Maxwell picks up his fourth. You know, we mentioned the foul down here that sent Skylar to the line. That foul ended up hitting I did it again. Ended up hitting Skylar right in the face. In college and in pros, that's a flagrant foul.
Flagrant.
In high school, apparently not. Or they didn't see. One of the two.
You know, it's been a very physical ball game.
Yes, it has.
I know if you ask Coach Edmondson, that's one thing he'll tell you that he has noticed since Farmington's went to the 5A is the physicality of the Farmington team is so much greater than it was, you know, back whenever we was both in the 4A.
Gray came up short on his first rebound. Got his first shot attempt. Got his own rebound, put the ball back up. Got hacked.
One thing the Redbirds have done very well tonight is shot free throws.
Yes, they have. And in a game like this, that's a nice job by Valenzuela right there on that rebound. He gets fouled by one of the Tigers. Pridmore, that's fourth. Minute 13 left to go. 47-38 in favor of the Cardinals. Valenzuela at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Shouldn't have made that comment about the free throws.
He walked.
Prairie Grove got about 3 looks at it that time, and they're going to call a quick timeout. It's 47-40 with 51 seconds left to go in the game. And one thing, you know they're going to foul you.
Right.
To try to stop, get you to the line. I was thinking, you know, the last 2 times we've had the ball, we've really attacked the basket. You're sitting there with a 10-point lead. The clock is your friend.
Sure.
You know, so you don't have to attack the basket. If anything, you want to spread the floor and try to play keep away.
Right.
And get that ball as soon as the defender starts coming towards you, get away from it, get the ball out, and try to use 10, 12, 14 seconds before they foul you.
Sure. Coming out of the timeout on the floor for the Cardinals, Jacob Gray, Xavier Staten, Skylar Montez, Kate Killian, Peyton Maxwell. The way that Skylar Montez has been shooting free throws tonight, I put the ball in his hands. There it is. And there Jacob Gray down low, puts the Cardinals up by 9. There's a steal by Montez.
That's a great job. Montez knew he wouldn't be able to control the ball without going out of bounds, so he throws it down to our offensive end. That's a great play.
Yeah. A lot of people say, well, why would you do that? Why do you do that? You threw the ball away. Well, here's the real life of it. He throws that ball away. It goes to our side of the court. That's another 7 seconds to run off the court. Clock.
Uh-oh.
Zay sticking with it down low. Unable to complete it. And the time runs out.
So Cardinals win 49-40.
Sweep the Tigers. Bordertown rivalry.
Brian, very successful night.
Absolutely. If you're a Cardinal fan, I mean, hey, men's team's 1-0, girls' team's 1-0.
So tomorrow night they go to Huntsville. That'll be a little different.
A little different.
And then I guess our next home game will be next week, I believe.
Seems like December 5th.
December 5th.
I'm pulling up the schedule right now. And let's see, we're at Prairie Grove, Huntsville tomorrow. Then we've got the Bi-County tournament, the 28th through the 2nd. That's for 9th grade.
Yeah.
Senior high is the first in Pottsville against BB. Then the second against Pottsville at Pottsville. And then we play Springdale at home.
On the 5th.
On the 5th.
All right. Well, Cardinal fans, hope everybody has a great week. And, Brian, I appreciate you letting me help you out.
I appreciate you coming. It would not have been as successful of a night as far as the broadcast goes by everybody listening to just me.
But we want to thank all the sponsors, the students that help us by running the cameras.
They did a great job.
Yeah, so, all right, Cardinal fans, great night. Prairie Grove, Farmington senior girls win. Farmington senior boys win. So until next time, I'm Jeff Oxford along with Brian Dean. Everybody have a good evening.
Good night.